news. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, you know when that tune plays, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A very good morning to you. I'm Zoe Brown and we are on S3 and we're going to be having a lot of fun together between now and 6. In fact, from 6 till 9. And today on the show, we are celebrating Global Running Day. Now, this absolutely excites me as I was on a very unique journey just last year to conquer my very first marathon. So it really is something special. But first up, for today, we're going to connect with ultra marathon runners to share their advice on tracking the Comrades and in fact tackling it. And if that one is too ambitious, we'll also find out what the Cape Town Marathon has to offer and how it's going to, how it's going to be gaining international status. Now, from fitness techniques to working towards your first 5 kilometers, I mean, for myself, just being through that journey, it really is a special one. But to run, it is something that I think a lot of people find daunting, but it is doable if you break it up into small little bite sizes and just follow that program. The one thing I would say is running, yes, you're doing the work yourself, but it's so much better if you run and do it in a group environment. Well, there we go. We're going to talk all things running today, and someone that is probably the best athlete in the studio is alongside me. Good morning, Raul.
Hey, thank you, sir. Good morning, Mzansi. Thank you so much for joining us. Middle of the week, yes, it's all about running, and we're not going to be running from our problems. We're going to be running straight towards them, tackling everything in sight for the next 3 hours. And that's why we're talking to you this morning. Wanting to find out from you, why do you run? Yes, the question is, why do you run? It's Global Running Day, and we want to know about your running journey. Give us your proudest moments, your running buddies, and maybe even your future goals. I know for me, one of my proudest moments was just being able to be as fast as I possibly can. That's something that incentivized me for years and years and years, and I was able to become, well, back in the day, one of the fastest men on sand. How cool is that? Yeah, we got goals, we all got dreams, and we're all reaching for it, but it doesn't matter what you're doing with your legs, if you're walking, if you're moving, if you're running, as long as you're going forward. So today we're going to do just that. Let's press on forward. Let's head over to those headlines, and Zoe standing by with the latest.
Thank you, Raul. Let's start off with your national news. President Cyril Ramaphosa says the African peace delegation that comprises several African heads of state is now ready to depart for Moscow and Kiev in order to seek a resolution for the war in Ukraine. Speaking at the Union buildings during Portuguese President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa's state visit to South Africa, Ramaphosa said the war had gone on far too long. De Sousa expressed high appreciation for South Africa and Africa's envisaged peace efforts. And staying with local news, the Department of Water and Sanitation says it will initiate legal action against municipalities that fail to act. This after they received notices from departments relating to their failure to provide clean drinking water to communities and to maintain water treatment plants as required by law. The Director General of the department, Sean Phillips, said last year's Green Drop report showed that 334 of 850 municipal wastewater systems in 90 municipalities were in critical condition. Now, moving to news beyond our own borders, 10 people from the Democratic Republic of Congo have been killed in an army attack on a university campus in Sudan, the Congolese government says. They died in bombardments at Khartoum's International University of Africa. What hurts us very much is that it was a regular army that dropped the bombs, knowing there were foreigners there, the DRC's foreign minister said. Rival military forces have been battling in Sudan's capital for weeks. It's not clear if those caught in the bombing were university students. And Italy's far-right Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, has traveled to Tunisia to discuss the issue of irregular migration. Ms. Meloni's visit follows a call between her and President Kais Saied on Monday to address border surveillances and repatriation of undocumented migrants who cross the Mediterranean. There has been an increase in racist assaults on sub-Saharan migrants in Tunisia since an indiscreet speech in February by Saied. Tunisian media says Maloney's visit will put more pressure on the country and to, quote, to play the role of Europe's Coast Guard. And Agnes Nambozo has been a nurse for 13 years, often giving vaccines and medicine to extremely remote villages in eastern Uganda. A recent video of her clambering up a rickety wooden ladder on the side of a huge mountain without safety gear has astonished thousands of people. The climb up and now infamous ladder is especially treacherous during rainy seasons, but she says it's used by the community year-round. Even children use it to get to and fro from school. Agnes has been praised as Uganda's Nurse of the Year. Well, on that positive note, that's where I leave your headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport.
Thank you so much. So yes, it's time to take a look at all the sporting action this morning, and starting off with football news. Karim Benzema has completed his move to Saudi Arabian club Al Ittihad, and this after leaving Real Madrid. Now, the 35-year-old spent 14 years with Real, winning 5 Champions League titles, 5 Club World Cups, and 4 La Liga titles. Now, the Frenchman's exit as a free agent came amid widespread reports he was set to move to Saudi Arabia, and that switch has now been confirmed. And this with Benzema now set to go head-to-head with former teammate Cristiano Ronaldo next season. Now listen to this, he's signed a deal up until 2026, and according to the reports, he will earn around 200 million euros per year. Yes, you can do your conversions and figure out how much rand that is. It's a lot. Well, speaking of football news right now, Orlando Pirates footballer Thembinkosi Lorch has been found guilty of assault. Now, Lorch was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend Fundiswa Matitibala at his residence in Midrand in September 2020. Now, Matitibala testified that she was visiting Lorch when he left her at his home to go out with his friend. She told the court that when she saw it was getting late, she texted him to return her car keys. And on arrival, an argument ensued and Lorch became violent towards her and strangled her. Well, carrying on with news headlines from the world of sport and moving to the tennis courts right now, Novak Djokovic survived a quarterfinal scare from Karen Khachanov to keep his bid for a record 23rd men's Grand Slam singles title alive at the French Open. Now, Djokovic was in danger of falling 2 sets behind against the Russian, but prevailed 4-6, 7-6, 6-2, and 6-4 on sets. Now, he could become the first man to win all 4 majors at least 3 times. Now, he's going to be playing Carlos Alcaraz after the world #1 beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in straight sets. And in the women's draw, world #2 Aryna Sabalenka powered past Elina Svitolina 6-4 and 6-4 to set up a semi-final clash with Karolina Muchova, who overcame Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 7-5 and 6-2. Well, lastly in our sporting action, golf news, and something that has stirred the world for the last year indeed. Now, the PGA Tour and DP World Tour have agreed to merge with Saudi Arabian-backed circuit Live Golf in a deal that ends the acrimonious split in the game. Now, the surprise announcement comes after a year of unprecedented disruption in the men's game following the launch of Live, and it means pending litigation between the tours will be halted and they will move forward as part of the same enterprise. Now, an agreement has been signed that will combine the commercial operations and rights into a new, yet-to-be-named for-profit company. Well, that's all the latest that I have for you in the sporting world. We'll touch base in another hour. For now, though, it's time to touch base with weather, and Zoe has the latest.
Embrace yourself, Cape Townians. A series of cold fronts are expected to make landfall over the southwestern parts of the Western Cape from tonight into tomorrow, dropping the daytime maximum temperature significantly to below 10 degrees Celsius in places over the southern high grounds of the Namakwa district and the northern parts of the Cape Winelands district. Now, the SA Weather Services says general windy conditions will accompany the cold and wet weather. Heavy winds and waves tonight and tomorrow can also result in difficulty navigation at sea between the Cape Columbine near the town of Paternoster on the west coast and Cape Agulhas in the Overberg Western Cape. Well, speaking of those temperatures, let's get a look at the entire country, starting off in the province of Limpopo. If you're in Polokwane, your low is 8, your high 26. Mbombela 14, 31. Pretoria, a sunny day, 11, 24. Johannesburg, 10 with a high of 22. Mahikeng, 11, 26. Klerksdorp, 12, 27. If you're in Kimberley, a low of 5 and a high of 26 can be expected. Bloemfontein 424, Richards Bay sunny with a low of 19, a high of 30. Pietermaritzburg 1329, Durban 1926. If you're in Mthatha, 6 is your low, 29 your high. East London 11 with a high of 26. Cradock 524, Gqeberha, your low is 9, your high 22. George 10 reaching a high of 17. Cape Town expect some rain, your low is 13, your high 15. Worcester 11, 17. Sutherland 4 with a high of 12. And Uppington, your low for today is 5, but a sunny day with a high of 25 degrees Celsius that can be expected. Well, we do not forget about those sunrise views that you share with us every single day. So let's get into it. For your morning update, Anele from Gauteng enjoying the dusky views this morning. Mark showing us what George is looking like with, look at those stunning cloud formations. Elise in Gauteng is headed out for a walk today, enjoying the warm sun rising up. And last up, we have Swilly from Keymouth sharing a beautiful photo of the sky with outstanding red, bold hues just glowing up. Well, if you have a good morning photo or a sunrise photo to share with us, even if it's a video, we would love to see it. Our number is 063 408 8863 on WhatsApp.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Yes, and of course, don't go anywhere, Mzansi, because after this, we've got so much to look forward to. It's World Running Day. Running Day. That's the name, and we are celebrating it today. And everything that's happening this morning is all about it. So we're going to be inviting you to enjoy some of the incredible races that are going on right throughout South Africa. And we've got a winner to announce. Get ready for it. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. And yes, it's a happy Wednesday, but it's also Global Running Day today. And I think as a country, South Africa, we have probably a hub of the most beautiful running trails that our country has to offer. And with so many stunning trails, whether it's paved or off-road, there are no excuses not to lace up and really get out there and enjoy our beautiful scenery.
Truly, I mean, we've got so much from the iconic Comrades to the Two Oceans Marathon. People literally come from all over the world to run the roads and trails of our beautiful country. We truly are blessed. So Zoe and I have just put together like a little top list of some of the races we think you should definitely get involved in or add to your bucket list. Now, one race that always has stood out to me has got to be the Comrades Marathon. I mean, honestly, the race has so much rich history. First run by World War I veteran Vic Clapham to pay tribute to the fallen South African soldiers during the war. Now, this year for the 96th Comrades Marathon, 1,440 international runners from 75 different countries will be lacing up for this 90-kilometer race on the 11th of June. 90 kilometers of running, that's just insane. Wow.
I follow people on Instagram that's prepping for Comrades, and it's so funny. I saw the one guy put up a little sign in his office saying, if you've got any form of flu or any symptoms, stay away from me. It's Comrades Week. Prepping for it.
I feel you.
Big week.
Valid,
if you are running this weekend, all the best. Now, back home in Cape Town, we have the Two Oceans Marathon. Now, this is a stunning 21-kilometer route and a 56-kilometer scenic route around the Cape Peninsula, starting from Newlands, and then it winds along the Indian Ocean Sea, the seaboard to Fishhook, where it also turns westwards towards the Atlantic coast, definitely living up to its reputation as the world's most beautiful marathon. And the very first Two Oceans Marathon in 1970 only had 26 runners. Now the race have grown significantly because this year there were a whopping 25,000 entries. Now the Two Oceans Marathon is also Africa's biggest running event by economic impact contribution and contributes a massive 672 million rand annually to the Western Cape economy because so many travelers come down for the Two Oceans Marathon.
It's like a festival during that time, and I absolutely love it. I'm just blown away by the fact 25 to 25,000, that is crazy. Now, listen to this. You know, obviously, I'm a nature boy at heart, so here's one that you and I will both love if you love nature of any kind. The Knysna Forest Marathon is definitely one you want to add to this list, right? Now, the race is broken up into a full marathon of 42.2 kilometers, and then you also have the half marathon option of 21.2 kilometers, and both going down on the 8th of July. Now, this race is going to be taking runners through the stunning Knysna Forest, full of breathtaking views of the iconic Knysna Heads, which I imagine will be a great motivator to get you through those last kilometers. But honestly, this is like another festival. Just to go out there into the area itself is beauty on its own. And then running through that terrain,
it's stunning.
Like heaven. Truly is.
Oh, amazing. Well, listen, if you're looking to mix up your love for wildlife and running, look no further than the 21-kilometer Castle Lager Skukuza Marathon, and that's in the Kruger Park, held on the 5th of August. Now, this gorgeous race is held in and around the small staff village of the Kruger National Park's headquarter camp of Skukuza, and it is in the heartland of Africa's greatest wildlife refuges. Now, rangers will be on the foot as well as travel by vehicle to make sure that all the runners return safely and that they are safe. So this is definitely a unique marathon.
I'm just thinking,
do that.
how much incentive do you need other than like a lion maybe chasing you? You're going to get a PB there for sure. I mean, look, so I've never attempted such crazy distances. I'm more about like short and speed. How do you fare when it comes to running, and especially when it comes to the environment you're in? You've obviously attempted a long distance in the half marathon, right?
I did the full Cape Town Marathon.
Oh, sorry, the full marathon. Yes.
One. Listen,
how much does the environment impact you on that race?
So, I mean, listen, I think the Cape Town Marathon is probably, like, for me, it was such a special marathon. It's just the vibe that is along the route. There were just people, and I mean, I did it with a group of ladies from Adidas, so we really went beyond our impossible. These were women that all got together for the first time, have never run a marathon before. I think when I signed up, I couldn't even run 10 kilometers, never mind 42.2. So it was a grueling journey, but it was so worth it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even remember the rest of the question, but it was just...
It doesn't matter, though, because what you are proving, though, is that anybody can do it. Like, you took on an obstacle and a challenge that you've never even thought of attempting before, and just going through the motion, going through your paces, putting that time in showed how much you and what our bodies can actually do. And that's something I think we should encourage Mzansi to do today as well.
And it is a journey, because if you think about it, you can probably do the cycle tour with not much training. You can maybe do a 21-kilometer without training, but you have to train for a marathon.
Especially if you want to enjoy it and not have it be like painful for the next few days. But speaking of all this magic, it's time to make another lucky winner and create a magic day for them too. So let's get into it.
Gynagod, feminine hygiene mastered.
Oh, well, listen, growing and glowing is the theme of the day, and Gynagod, they gave you the chance to win a 1,000 Rand hamper by telling us when you feel the most freedom to just be yourself. Should we say congratulations?
Yes, let's put our hands together and congratulate Cindy Zondo! Yes!
Cindy Zondo, this is what she commented on our post, saying, I feel the most freedom to just be myself by seeing beauty in simple things around me and making note of it.
Nice.
Being kind to myself and being grateful. Those are some of the things that she wrote down and included the hashtags that was necessary for that competition.
I love that. I think some of us, actually all of us, should take this mantra on. Just be aware of what's around you and be grateful for that, because there is so much silver lining in the world, especially if you just look for it. If you pay attention to it, you can celebrate that for sure. So hopefully today can be that day.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, Cindy, congratulations. That Gynagod hamper is on its way to you. And never underestimate how confidence can contribute to your happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the face? We're looking for 3 fabulous women to be the face of Gynagod. Win a Fiat 500, 50,000 Rand cash, cover girl status, and so much more. To enter, buy and try any Gynagod product and tell us about it at faceofgynagod.co.za. You could be the one.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are celebrating today because it's all about running. And what better way to talk about running than the Comrades Marathon, right? It's the world's largest and oldest ultra-marathon race and sees over 20,000 people enter the race every single year. Now, this year is no different as competitors look to complete the ultimate endurance race before the dreaded cut-off gun goes off. Now, preparing for the Comrades is not like preparing for just any ordinary race. And here to tell us more about the preparations, we've got three stalwarts in the building, people who have been there and done that on numerous occasions. We're talking about Ashraf Adi in the building. He's a marathon runner who is running his 7th Comrades. Then next to him, alongside him, we've got Yusuf Konani. He is running his 10th. And then we've got Paul Murphy, who has competed in 35 marathons to date. All right, so between the three of these gents, lots of mileage. Let me first say, good morning. How are we all doing, gents?
Good morning.
Good morning to you guys.
Are the legs feeling good?
Of course.
Yes?
We're good.
Okay, that's the most important thing for me. Listen, gents, let's get straight into this. I believe you all have run the Comrades, yes? Or at least done marathons, Paul, in your case. But let's maybe speak about the Comrades specifically. What is making this race so special? What sets it apart? What's making it this epitome of what runners determine as one of the biggest obstacles in the country?
Well, I can answer that to you.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Good morning to Expresso. Good morning to all the viewers of Expresso. The Comrades.
Yeah.
It's a unique race. It's one of the historical races in the Republic of South Africa. It started 24th of May, 1921. So actually, it's my 10th. My to me, Ashraf Ori is his 8th. So we are part of the history of the start of the Comrades. So just to be in the start of Pietermaritzburg on a Sunday the 11th, so you become a hero. Even if you don't finish it, you become a hero. That's the Comrades. It's the ultimate human race, and there's so many names for the Comrades. There's like another name called, it's 1,000 valley hills or something. It's just so many. The big 5 hills, and there's quite too many names, and that's the Zululand.
But I can't implore and agree with you more when I feel that everybody attempting this race is a hero. The fact that you're putting your body through this distance, the fact that your mind has to stay so strong throughout it, that is insane. Yusuf, you've done this race before. Sorry, Ashraf, you've done the race before, yes. What's the mental aspect like for you getting through so much mileage on a race like that?
Yes, I always say that your training, your physical training will take you to about 60 k's.
Okay.
And the balance of the race, it's mental.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm a pace setter this year. I'm the 11-hour pace setter.
Okay.
So, which I guide people to achieve their goal time of 11 hours.
All right, so they could kind of stick with you throughout the race if they wanted to nail their time.
They all look at me for guidance.
Okay.
And then Paul Murphy, he's in charge of the pace setters.
Yeah.
So he does all our pacing charts for us and how we should plan our race strategy, and you know, so.
How much of that needs to go into a race like this, Paul? How much planning is involved in this?
So there's a lot of behind the scenes that maybe people don't realise. So firstly, there's a selection process for the two gentlemen either side of me. I think we've got a team of about 18 pace setters altogether. There's been a selection process, and we've picked the very good guys with a lot of experience, plus some newcomers that we obviously want to give experience to, but we check their marathon times and they're all going to be reliable and strong finishers. And then we also, based on the routes, we organise the pace charts according to how people typically are going to run the race. So we can give the guys a pace chart that will tell them exactly at which kilometre, what speed they should be going, and the total time. And that just helps them to pace properly, and they can then communicate with their passengers on the bus that, you know, hills are coming up, we're going to take run-walk strategy, or we're going to have a nice downhill stretch and things like that. So that's the work I do behind the scenes.
Technical stuff indeed.
Very
It's not
technical.
just running, clearly. Now, maybe Yusuf and Ashraf, I can ask you this question. With regards to the race itself, and with regards to just racing in general, for anybody that maybe even wants to get involved in running, and they look at you, and I'm pretty sure everybody's looking at you thinking, wow, these guys are up there. Maybe you've incentivized people to even want to reach the levels that you have. What advice would you maybe have for them in terms of starting their running journey, and how would they get to this point where they can achieve something like a Comrades Marathon? What advice would you have for the people out there, Mzansi specifically?
Well, look, to motivate any person to start walking or running or jogging, firstly, you need to start trying to stand up from the couch. So from the couch to the road, from the couch to the mountain. We have a beautiful city in South Africa.
Yeah.
When you look at around your city, you just see mountains, you see forests, you see all kind of terrains.
Yeah.
So you get like around the Bush Common around the corner. So you got the Sea Point promenade.
Yeah.
The people need to stand up and start trying to do some activities. So my words to all the people today: leave your couch, leave all your luxuries. Wear your running shoes, start doing a walk. Just walk, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Then every day you do exactly almost the same routine. Then from jogging, from walking to jogging, from jogging to running. Then you start going to your park runs, your 5K park runs, for example. Then from there you start entering maybe a 10K, 15. Then you go to the half marathons, for example. And then we have even Cape Town, for example. We are in the mother city. It's a unique also marathon, like Cape Town International Marathon.
Yeah.
It's a unique marathon besides the 2 Oceans Ultra and the half marathon. So that's actually is almost like you put in a cherry on the cake. So that's what we need people to start doing some activities and some movement. If we start making your body to this kind of activities, you start making the distance between you and your doctor, it starts getting larger and farther.
I must say that Cape Town has become the running hub of South Africa.
Oh, yeah?
You know, people come from all over the world and they say, wow, is this the lifestyle? You'll go out on a Sunday morning, you'll see people cycling, you'll see people running, you'll see people walking, they'll skateboarding, rollerblading. It's just the lifestyle, the fitness lifestyle has taken over in Cape Town, in South Africa. You know, it's great things.
I think we are all grateful for that, and I think everybody has a reason to get out there and enjoy the beauty of our country. Gentlemen, I wish you nothing but best of luck for your races. I wish you nothing but health, strength, of course, and I believe we're going straight into fitness. We're going to do a little demo. Zoe's standing by for that, so I'll let you go on and do that right now. And for you, Mzansi, stick around because we're going to keep encouraging you to move this beautiful body and get running fit and celebrate World Running Day. Yes.
Yes, we are celebrating World Running Day, and we're doing it a little different because learning how to pace yourself while running it is already difficult for most runners. And it's also super common to start your race off like a rocket ship and then you find yourself falling out of the sky before you even made landing. Now, the goal is to learn how to settle in and to be, run from a specific pace from the start to finish. And who better than to demonstrate this with us? Ashraf, you are here, you're a marathon runner and preparing for your 7th Comrades. How are you feeling leading up to this weekend?
I'm feeling good, anxious. You must always be a bit of nerves. And I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready, yeah, so.
I'm happy you came in your fitness clothing today because that means we're going to take full advantage of this. Now, to become a pace runner, just to correct me if I'm wrong, are you the leader of the bus?
I'm the leader of the bus.
You run with the flag?
With the flag, yeah.
So what pace do you set?
At Comrades this weekend, I'm pacing the 11-hour bus.
Okay.
So I'll be running 87.7 kilometers in 11 hours,
Okay.
which gives you an average pace of about 7 minutes 15 per kilometer.
Okay.
All day.
I think I would, if I had to be fit enough to do the Comrades, I would be in your bus. So how do you get into prepping your body and mind to be able to run that pace?
So it's a culmination of years or months of running and training. But, in Cape Town, we've got races. It actually takes you to Oceans. It takes you to Comrades. So we're fortunate that we basically have an informal program leading you to the race. But it's Comrades, people say you must run 120 kilometers a week training. I do about 60, 70 kilometers a week. There's also, if you want to run a good time, you'll have to put in a lot of mileage. But like myself, I run because I love running. You just have to stay fit, all year.
Okay. Well, we are in our fitness gear. We have got the mats in front of us. How would you prepare yourself physically now to get going, other than running?
Pre-race.
Pre-race.
Well, it's like loosening up the hips and I'm very tight on my hips.
Okay.
But it's like normally just opening up the hips and then they call it that one over there.
Where you just bend you really just get into the glutes.
Getting into the glutes and stretching it out over here. And then we'll do the other side.
Now, it's always tricky. I know it's easy for people to say you have to run that specific pace from start to finish, but big races, there are a lot of people in the beginning, so you don't get to, from the get-go, run your desired pace.
Yeah.
How do you then factor that in to make sure that you are running on time to get your bus across the finish line at the time you're hoping to?
So, you know, we have a pace chart that Paul does for us, and we keep it as a guideline. And you'll check in every kilometer, every 5 kilometers. The chart would say you must be on 10 Ks in an hour and 5 minutes, or an hour and 7 minutes. And then, but you know, with Comrades, it's hills, lower hills, lower down hills. Like, I just came back from London Marathon, where it's flat as a pancake.
Okay.
And they give you a consistent, every kilometer is exactly the same. But in South Africa, we have all these hills and downhills.
Yeah.
So they factor in like walk run on the hills. Because, I mean, 87 kilometers is a long way to go. And you have like 5 big hills. You have like, okay, on the down run, it's not as much, but your legs are shot.
Your legs will be...
You're running on your little tippy toes after 50
Yeah.
k's because your quads are gone.
Yeah.
You
So
know-
as you manning the bus, as you setting the pace, do you then just control your own nutrition, or do you guys like, hey, hydrate, time to like...
I will say every hour, I believe like every 50 to 55 minutes, okay, take your gel or eat something.
Okay.
For every hour, drink 750 ml of fluids. But not only water, maybe like a carb protein drink, so you're not losing all the vitamins and supplements in your body. So
Amazing.
Not just flushing everything out.
You're not just flushing it out. Well, listen, that's all part of your training. I don't
Yeah.
think someone that doesn't know how to fuel their body would
Yeah.
go to the Comrades. So obviously, warming up the legs, very
Yeah.
important. You said you find your hips quite stiff, so you've
Yeah.
been loosening that up. So pre-race, you just making sure...
Yeah, I will stretch, and you know, like you have lots of leg loosening. Like, you know, I'm not as agile as that type of thing.
Yes. Do you do a warm-up run for the Comrades? Because, I mean, you're about to run like 80-something
I'll
kilometers.
run to the start just from the bus. Yeah, but you do do a little warm-up trot and get the legs moving. There's a lot of on Comrades. There's a lot of nerves. You know, so you have to settle first.
Yeah.
And then there's 18,000, 20,000 people lining up. You have your start pins and getting to it. So I would say get early to the race, settle the nerves, and just like breathe and relax, you know, that type of thing. But there's a lot of like nerves when it comes to Comrades, and like the first 10 Ks just takes you to settle in. You know, you'll see people like all things happens on Comrades.
Yeah,
you know.
you see everything
Pretty much.
happening. Well, let's quickly finish off. When you are about to, let's say after the race, any stretching, do you even have energy to stretch off?
Well, you should like stretch.
You should.
Yeah, you should stretch your glutes, and you should your lower back. 87 kilometers, your lower back is sore. So you stretch down and back.
Just give it
Yeah, and down again.
and just
Yeah,
get into it.
Yeah, and then like it's basically the hips again. You'll do that we were doing earlier.
Just opening up the hips.
Yeah, opening up the hips. Because these are like C stuff, eh?
Yeah.
After running a marathon, I mean, you ran a marathon.
And now you're doing Comrades.
Yeah. But you should do Comrades next year.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. I
Yeah.
don't know. It like you said, some people recommend you run 120 kilometers a week. So
Yeah, it's a crazy one.
it is it's a serious commitment. But I just want to wish you all the best
Thank
for
you.
this coming weekend.
Thank you.
We will be, I know I'll be watching it. Ever since doing the marathon myself, I now enjoy watching marathon runners and just supporting that whole journey online and like from a distance.
Yeah.
But all the best for the
Thank you
race,
so
and
much.
thank you for showing us some of the ways that you just warm up your body.
Thank you.
And of course, if you are running the Comrades this weekend, we wish all of the runners the best of luck.
Do it like this. Do it like, get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Be
Expo.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, you know what it is. Welcome to another edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting! I absolutely love this part of the morning. Thank you for joining us. Now, yesterday, Clem showed us how to make a braai platter in an air fryer and promised that there would be more in this morning's Culinary Hotline. So, here we are. And that's about to go down right now. It's all about the air fryer. So if you have any questions or culinary questions, conundrums, no matter what it is, come through on our voice note WhatsApp line. It's 063-408-8863 because we are here to serve you. And serving you right now, we've got Chef Clem in the building. How you doing, brother?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm a lekker, man. I'm excited for this one because I'm literally doing everything in the air fryer because it's quick, it's convenient, it works with the load shedding vibes when you press for time. So bring it on. What you got for us, man?
And this was viewer suggestions. We asked viewers, what do you want to see? And they were all like, air fryer, air fryer, air fryer. Maybe it's because you have one. Maybe it's because you're looking for inspiration to get one.
Yes.
So we're coming through today. And this is a really easy, so satisfying snack or side. It depends how you want to have it.
Okay.
So
got me at easy, though, so
it's
I'm
so
listening.
easy.
Yeah.
We've got gnocchi, which we know how to serve. We cook it in water, like in a pan maybe, add the sauce to it, but today we're gonna make the gnocchi a little tot on its own.
Ooh,
it's already a dumpling, so we're just gonna modify it from there.
I like that.
Super simple, salted water, get your gnocchi in.
Yeah.
And you're gonna cook it until it comes to the surface. You can do this like the day
it
before.
floats.
Let it float.
Okay.
And then you can do this the day before, so you have it ready.
Yeah.
So when that message comes, 55 minutes, you got
Stage 8.
more than enough time
Gotcha.
to make this.
All right.
So what you're gonna do is, as soon as it comes out of the water, you're gonna get it a little bit of olive oil. Now, air fryers don't need a lot of oil. They just need that little coating on the outside, which is amazing because you just reduce the amount of waste, number one, and number two, the unnecessary oil that you're using.
The unnecessary oil and obviously reducing your calorie intake at the same time.
Exactly, so you can have more tots.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. So when it comes to, like I said now, you don't need that much olive oil.
Yes.
Olive oil spray does an amazing job because it just coats so much of the surface area without like drowning the food in olive oil.
And one thing I do notice, and maybe this is on the flip side of that, or the polarity of that conversation, is sometimes a little base of oil doesn't just add like a flavor or texture, but it stops it from drying out so much.
Exactly.
I notice sometimes my meat goes quicker, but also dries quicker in the air fryer. So I need to kind of combat that. So this is something that could do that, right?
This is it. And I'm not going to get too
I like this.
I'm not going to get too scientific, but if you want to get like beautiful brown caramelized food, you need a bit of oil. You do need it.
Okay.
So
Nice.
what you do is get it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. learned about this thing, okay? If you do it slowly, you get a steady stream. You see that stream?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're doing this for demonstration purposes, South Africa. So if you want to focus, you just do a light spray. If you want to cover more surface area, you push hard.
Oh, wow.
What's
Okay.
up? No. Okay, so
Okay, I like
once
that.
you got that on there, you can chill for me for a second. We're gonna help form the crust on the outside of these tots. We're not gonna use flour. We're gonna use garlic powder.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
It just helps so much. A little bit of garlic powder goes in.
Yeah.
Adds flavor, obviously, but it's gonna help form that crust. A little bit
And
of
that's
salt.
not going to be like too much garlic. It's not going to be like overpowered, no?
You can do as much as you like, actually. It doesn't give you that intense garlic punch. It's kind of sweet.
Okay,
So
okay.
go in with that. It's like I said, it's about the flour, the fact we're not using flour to get that crust. That's what the garlic does, plus the flavor. So we're winning.
Yeah.
Give it a
Just realized to myself, it is actually World Running Day, so what a great meal to get some carbs in, I guess.
Right?
Get some calories
There we go.
in for a long run. This is something that can definitely assist you if you are fueling for a race or just for training in general. So
You can make a few tots and put it in your pocket. And then while you're busy running,
pocket tots.
hey,
Yeah,
snack.
pocket tots. Yeah.
Snack. Okay,
I
cool.
don't know if I that we're going to ask him later, see what he thinks. But let me tell you, it's already looking so good.
That goes in.
Temperatures and time. This is important to me, right? Because this thing is not like a normal oven like we've just discussed, right?
No, it's not.
So timing's always different, temperature's always different. How are you hitting this one?
I'm going to go at 180.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for 10 minutes.
Ooh, nice and quick.
Da-da-da-da-da. It is really quick. Keep an eye on it. So if you want to have a more crispy tot, absolutely go for a little longer.
Yeah.
I find that 10 minutes is a good time, really good time. So what you're going to do is as soon as it comes out, and you want to serve this really quickly after, like, you take them out the air fryer. So get them onto, you know what? No, we're going to do it differently. We're going to do it differently. We're gonna do it differently.
Do it.
Do it, okay. So this romesco sauce is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
In Spain, there's a dish called patatas bravas, which is like potatoes, crispy fried, served with this tangy tomato sauce. So we're gonna kind of take a spin on that. So the romesco sauce, and you can heat it up if you want to. Get that on there. Again, that's why I say this is amazing as a snack or as a side.
Yeah.
So you can decide. So get it in there, do a bit of a chefy smear. There we go. That's gonna be the base. Hit it with those tots.
Now
And you're gonna
it's
serve some of this extra romesco sauce on the side. Now, Parmesan, you can do Parmesan, you can do feta, because the romesco sauce it's got that twang to it, but it doesn't have that punch of salt. So what you can do is you can do a bit of feta if you want on there. I'm gonna go with Parmesan cheese, and you wanna do this while they're still warm. So they can kind of just melt. Now imagine this with a roast chicken. Instead of having like normal potatoes on the side, you have this. So much texture.
Or even like a conversation starter. You know, when you're offering someone like a drink and you're inviting them over for dinner, this is a great conversation starter. Just to throw it on the table, just grab a nibble, kind of get you like enthused for the meal itself. And I don't know, this is something that I want to incorporate. I've never had this before. One thing I was thinking about,
Tell me.
I know when you like kind of like shook the, what do you call it, the tray of the air fryer. I ran into a crazy conundrum and I was like, maybe like this is serving as a warning as well. I was like shaking it up because like halfway through when I do like fries or something like the gnocchi, I want to get that like even spread of the heat. So I give that little like shake up, you know?
Yes.
Don't do it if you've got oil in there from a meal before. So obviously when you make like meat and stuff, all the oil pulls out of the meat and it drips down to the bottom of the tray. Man, I was shaking this thing and whoa, like hot oil just flew up. Oh, it could have been a problem. So just a warning from Zanzi, just be aware if there is any oil in there, not to go crazy on the shake-up. But yeah, that's my little conundrum, just to add to this one.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one because often people don't clean the air fryer after every single use. And you don't have to. You don't have to. But
sometimes the flavor is good, sometimes it's not. I don't know.
Are you saying it adds to the flavor? I love it. South Africa take rounds. Don't clean your air fryer, and then you add the essence of the previous dish to the new dish. I love it. I love it.
It works, I think.
But yes, be careful with the air fryer when you are doing that. Other than that, it's pretty compact, it's pretty versatile, and I feel like it's really safe because everything that's happening is happening inside there, and the results are amazing every single time.
As you can clearly see. I love it. Nice job. We're only one meal into this. Mzansi, if you want to get involved in this recipe, come through right now. You can get it on our socials. You can get it online. But also, we need you to come through and add any advice that you have when it comes to making food in the air fryer. Maybe you've got some tips. Maybe you've got some comments. We'd love to know. And it's all about the air fryer. And we're going to be serving you with another Culinary Hotline Bling in just a second. So don't go anywhere. I'm staying right here. This is good. Well played, man. Oh, well played. I love it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, and yes, it's Wednesday morning. We're getting you over the hump of the week by introducing you to our performer for today. Hailing from Eswatini is emerging singer-songwriter Ia, and we welcome her to the Expresso stage ahead of her performance from her debut EP, Straight Up. But before we get to that, let's take a look at what she's all about.
Call me, love me, yeah. Give me that sugar, baby, baby. Call me, love me, oh, and give me that something, something.
Oh, Ia, welcome to Expresso. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we've got the screens up in studio. How does it feel hearing and seeing yourself on TV?
Well, it has always been a dream for me as a kid, watching Expresso TV, you know, just to be on the spotlight one day doing what I love, which is music. So this is absolutely a dream come true.
Oh, well, we love that you are here and sharing that beautiful light of yours and that voice of yours with us. Now, your song, Call Me, that we just played a teeny tiny snippet about, I mean, that music video is beautiful and it had incredible success. How would you say, you know, with your follow-up EP, was there a bit of pressure?
Well, not really, because when we recorded the whole project at the same time.
Okay.
So it was my very first time recording my own songs, writing my own songs. So we just did all of the songs in the EP. Then this was just the leading single that we debuted with.
And how did people receive your debut, Call Me?
They received it quite well. Back at home, like I was getting a lot of good luck, congratulations, you're doing well. And really, I've been having so much support from back home, and it was really overwhelming and a dream come true, as I've said, like getting people to hear my voice on those speakers at the comfort of their own home. Like, it was really amazing, and I'm happy.
Well, I find the best way to tackle the nerves is to talk about it. Are you feeling nervous at all as you're about to perform your first song for the morning?
Yes, just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I've made myself ready for this moment. Like, it's like, as an artist, when you're making music, you know that one day, actually you are hoping that one day you'll be on TV, and I'm here and excited.
Oh, well, listen, let's give you this moment, Ia, on your Feel Good Breakfast show with her debut EP. This one is called Call Me.
You fell in love with the best of me, fell even harder for the worst of me. You earned my trust and I showed you my scars. You touched them and made me feel comfortable. And yes, we are so apart, but you still gotta give me that love, and you know that's what's up. So call me, love me, give me that sugar, baby, baby. Just call me, love me, oh, and give me that something, something, something.
Feel Good Breakfast Show. That was incredible. You have such a beautiful voice, and we're so excited to have you here this morning to perform. She's not only got this performance, she's got more coming your way. So stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We have loads of entertainment between now and 9 o'clock.
Oh, an incredible performance indeed, and I can't wait for the next one. But before we get into that, it's time to head off into our official duties once again. Now, starting on national headlines, the National Institute for Communicable Disease, otherwise known as the NICD, says it's concerned by the high number of influenza transmissions since the start of May this year. Now, the NICD says its surveillance program that monitors flu transmissions in all 9 provinces in SA compared flu levels year on year. And this year's transmission rate is higher than average. Now, the NICD has called on those with comorbidities to be extra cautious. And the World Health Organization says the annual flu epidemic has resulted in 3 to 5 million cases of severe illness and some 650,000 respiratory deaths worldwide. While sticking to national news headlines, President Cyril Ramaphosa says the African peace delegation that comprises several African heads of state is now ready to depart for Moscow and Kiev in order to seek a resolution for the war in Ukraine. Now, speaking at the Union buildings during Portuguese President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa's state visit to SA, Ramaphosa said the war had gone on far too long now. De Sousa also expressed high appreciation for SA's and Africa's envisaged peace efforts. Well, from our national news headlines, it's time to head over to international news. Now, thousands of people are being evacuated after a major dam was blown up in Ukraine. Now, President Vladimir Zelensky says some 80 towns and villages are at risk of flooding after the destruction of the dam at Nova Kakhovka, which he blamed on Russia. Now, Russia has denied involvement, and a war crimes investigation has been opened as the Geneva Convention bans targeting dams in war because of danger to civilians. Now, meanwhile, swans were seen swimming gracefully and calmly downstream through Nova Kakhovka after destruction of the dam. Well, carrying on with the international news headlines, 10 people from the Democratic Republic of Congo, otherwise known as the DRC, have been killed in an army attack on university campus in Sudan, and this by the Congolese government. That's what they've been saying. Now, they died in bombardments at Khartoum's International University of Africa, and a quote coming through saying, "What hurts us very much is that it was the regular army that dropped the bombs, knowing there were foreigners there." Now, the DRC's foreign minister said this, and rival military forces have been battling in Sudan's capital for weeks, and it's not clear if those caught up in the bombings were university students. Well, next up in our headlines, something of a lighter note and definitely something to make you smile indeed. A dog in the American state of Louisiana has been officially certified by Guinness World Records as the dog with the longest tongue in the world, and this measuring a whopping 12.7 centimeters. Now, Zoe, a Labrador cross German Shepherd, is owned by Sadie and Drew Williams. And they acquired her when she was only 6 weeks old and almost immediately noticed her unusually long tongue. Now, we thought surely she'd grow into it, but she obviously didn't, they said apparently. And Zoe is very friendly, but she may slob on you every now and then. No kidding. What a tongue indeed. But now though, it's time to carry on the rest of the headlines. Here's the latest when it comes to sport. Now, speaking of sport and diving into all the latest action, let's head to the football pitch. Now, Karim Benzema has completed his move to Saudi Arabian club Al Ittihad after leaving Real Madrid. Now, the 35-year-old spent 14 years with Real, winning 5 Champions League titles, 5 Club World Cups, and 4 La Liga titles. Now, the Frenchman's exit as a free agent came amid widespread reports as he was set to move to Saudi Arabia, and that switch has now been confirmed, with Benzema now set to go head-to-head with former teammate Cristiano Ronaldo next season. Now, he has signed a deal to 2026, and according to reports, will earn around 200 million euros per year. I'll let you do the calculations on how much rand that is exactly. Let's carry on with the headlines and sticking to football action. Orlando Pirates footballer Tempi Kosa Lorch has been found guilty of assault. Now, Lorch was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend Fundiswa Matitibala at his residence in Midrand in September 2020. Now, Matiti Bala testified that she was visiting Lorch when he left her at his home to go out with his friend. She told the court that when she saw it was getting late, she texted him to return her car keys, and on arrival, an argument ensued, and Lorch became violent towards her and strangled her. Well, carrying on with the headlines right now and heading to the tennis court. Now, Novak Djokovic survived a quarterfinal scare from Karen Khachanov to keep his bid for a record 23rd men's Grand Slam singles titles alive at the French Open. Now, Djokovic was in danger of falling 2 sets behind against the Russian, but prevailed 4-6, 7-6, 6-2, and 6-4. Now, he could become the first man to win all 4 majors at least 3 times. Now, he will play Carlos Alcaraz after the world number 1 beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in straight sets. Now, in the women's draw, world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka powered past Elina Svitolina 6-4 and 6-4 to set up a semi-final clash with Karolina Muchavawa, in overcoming Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 7-5 and 6-2. Well, next up in our sporting news, golf action takes center stage, and after a year of controversy, the PGA Tour and DP World Tour have agreed to merge with Saudi Arabian-backed Circuit Live Golf in a deal that ends the acrimonious split in the game. Now, the surprise announcement comes after a year of unprecedented disruption in the men's game following the launch of Live, and it means pending litigation between the tours will be halted, and they will move forward as part of the same enterprise. Now, an agreement has been signed that will combine the commercial operations and rights into a new, yet-to-be-named for-profit company. Well, that's the latest that I have for you when it comes to sport. We'll touch on it again in the next hour. For now, though, it's time to head to the roads and see what's happening in traffic, and Zoe has the latest.
Thank you, Ra. Let's start off with your traffic in Cape Town. There's a stationary vehicle on the N2 inbound before Robert Sobukwe. That right lane is closed. Expect delays. And moving to Johannesburg, there's heavy mist across the city. Visibility is reduced on multiple routes, so please be careful and make use of your headlights. Well, that's a first look at your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. And apart from forecasting that a series of cold fronts will bring cold, windy and wet weather to the northern parts of the Cape Winelands and the southern high grounds of the Namakwa district over the next few days, the SA Weather Service have also issued a yellow level 2 warning for extremely high fire danger conditions over Beaufort West, local municipality area in the Western Cape, the over southwestern parts of the Northwest and the western parts of the Free State, the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, as well as over the Enoch Mjima, Senku and Walter Sisulu local municipalities in the Eastern Cape. Well, on that note, let's look at your temperatures for today. In Polokwane, a low of 8 and a high of 26 can be expected. Mbombela, 14:31. A sunny day for Pretoria, 11 with a high of 24. Johannesburg, 10:22. Mahikeng, 11:26. Klerksdorp 12:27, Kimberley 5 with a high of 26. Bloemfontein 4 reaching a high of 24. If you're in Richards Bay, a low of 19 and a high of 30 can be expected. Pietermaritzburg 13:29, Durban 19 with a high of 26. If you're in Mthatha today, 6 is your low, 29 your high. East London 11:26, a sunny day for Craddock, a low of 5, a high of 24. Gqeberha, your low is 9, your high 22. George 10 with a high of 17. Cape Town 13 with a high of 15 with some rain. If you're in Worcester, your low is 11, your high 17. Sutherland 4 with a high of 12 degrees Celsius. And Uppington, a low of 5 and a high of 25 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your temperatures. Let's look at those sunrise views. Selena from Melbourne is sharing this blissful view with the pretty flowers in the forefront. Kurt is in Botasig and shared this calm view of him watching the palm trees swaying in the wind. Tanki out in Lesotho snapped a beautiful photo with beautiful violet tones, and Prakash in Durban shared this video with us. Just look at that view. It is incredible, and it's beautiful to see the buildings reflecting in the ocean. Well, if you have a good morning video or photo to share with us, we would love to see it on our WhatsApp line. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Indeed, there is so much to look forward to in the show right now, and it keeps on coming. While I sip on my cuppa and get warmed up for the rest of the show, you need to do the exact same thing because we're still celebrating World Running Day. We've got skills coming at you, allowing you to get off the couch and up into a 5K, and we've got a great challenge coming at you involving some rugby skills. It's going to be interesting. We'll see you there. Go get your cuppa, get warmed up, and let the fun begin. It's good. Nice.
Here's to the coffee magicians. The ones who know what you get out starts with what you put in.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and this morning we are celebrating a Global Running Day. Yes, there is a day like that. And Africa's first Abbott World Marathon major candidate, the Cape Town Marathon, is ready to join the likes of London, New York, Boston, Berlin, and Tokyo as major marathon destinations. And the race is for athletes who aim to achieve fast times, and for first-time runners like myself that did it last year who want to finish their inaugural marathon. Now, here to tell us more about the race is Cape Town Marathon CEO Clark Gander. It's great to have you here. I mean, this is major for Cape Town. I know last year we unpacked this quite significantly, but I think a question we forgot to actually ask is, what is the process involved to become a major candidate?
Morning, Zoe, and morning to all the viewers. Thank you for that. To become an Abbott World Marathon Majors is a 3-year assessment process. And if you qualify on certain criteria, you then become one of those majors, and we'll be 7 majors if we qualify. What's important about that is suddenly the prestige. There's elite runners want to come participate as it's part of a series. You've got the 6-star medalists, the traveling, thousands of city traveling tourists that come run marathons all over the world. There's hundreds of thousands of them, and they get a 6-star medal if they complete all the World Marathon Majors. And then obviously you've just got traveling city runners that now has put Cape Town on the map. in all its major advertising and marketing. This is going to be one of the big and best marathons in the world. And that attracts tourists. And that's important for South Africa. We need this good news. We need that industry to develop. So we'll allow around about 10,000 international runners once we become a major. They travel with about 2.5 people.
Sure.
So it's just over 20,000 tourists per year. And they spend 10,000 Rand a night. So it's very important for Cape Town, for South Africa, but also for Africa. It will be our first major in a sport we really excel at.
Yes.
85% of the top 50 elite marathon runners are from Africa. So certainly the stars will align if we can make this happen.
It definitely will. And how far is the Cape Town Marathon in this process?
So this is year 2 of a 3-year process, and we need 2 consecutive years to meet all the criteria. It's hard. A lot of it is in our control, and we have sponsors that are all fully behind it. It's incredible to see their support. Also the city is really helping us, like getting the cars off the road, park cars off the road, full road closure. All those are really logistical nightmares that the city comes to the party with. But we can't do this on our own. We need participants. A big criteria that's out of our control is the number of finishers.
Okay.
So we need 15,000, we believe we need 15,000 entries this year and 15,000 finishers next year. And if we do that, we become a major.
Okay.
But that needs everyone that can run to enter and run. And as you know, it's merely 5-6 hours a week that you need to commit from now till October. And then you can run a marathon, as you discovered last year.
It's doable. It is doable. I mean, I went from not being able to run 10 kilometers to being able to do the full Cape Town Marathon in 5.5 hours. And that was in a 13-week training space. So it is possible. Now, I know that throughout the years, the Cape Town Marathon has made some changes to the route. What have been some of those changes to align with becoming a major?
Sure. So, I mean, a big part is removing the bridge last year from Beitenkracht. It's the World Marathon Majors won't allow a pinch point like that.
Okay.
So we cross Beitenkracht. This year we've made it in much faster. We've eliminated the District 6 hill, as they call it.
I literally, with that marathon, I was just like, it's before the hill and after the hill. That's how you had to view the marathon.
Very fair, because it is at the 28K mark, or was. So now you go straight past the City Hall. And we have an additional loop in Beach Road in Granger Bay area, where the roads are now wider. So we've enabled the start and finish to take place in that precinct. So on Fritz Sonnenberg is the start, and Flay Road is the finish. But the other changes, so it's fast. It's 90 meters less vert. It'll be very fast this year. It's 190 meters only in elevation. But I think what to expect this year is us removing barriers for participants to come run.
Okay.
So if you want to run and you need a training program, our portal has a full training program for the time you want to run. If you don't like queues, have put off a lot of people at eventing. We promise no queue longer than 10 minutes. Not for toilets, not for registration, not anywhere. And then also affordability. We also believe that times are tough. There's a lot of people that can run, that can't afford an entry. And so we've got a campaign this year of 1,000 free entries where you apply online. We've already got thousands of applications. And we will award free entries to those that can't afford it, because we need runners, we need participants. And it's everyone's chance to contribute to our economy, because they know, as a finisher, they're allowing us to become a World Marathon Major, which has a huge, significant positive impact on our economy, our city, and our country.
And I mean, running is in us. We, as South Africans, we love being active, especially, you see it with all the different sporting events taking place. I know that you have the portal for people, needing entries for free. Is there also a space where corporates or individuals can sponsor runners so that they can at least sponsor their entry fee?
They can speak to us, our race office. At the moment, we have a number of corporates that do bulk entries, we call them, and they can enter for their employees or their clients. So that's certainly a function that they can contact the race office and access those entries. And it's a big part of obviously getting the gears and making sure if you can't participate, also those corporates are creating spectator points. And that gears is important for the runners. You can ask the likes of yourself or Ashraf, I saw he's here this morning.
Yes.
You need that gears going, otherwise it's just another run.
It's In fact, well, Clark, it's great having you here. Thank you for shedding some light. We are looking forward to it. I know this is just the start of the conversations we'll be having because the Cape Town Marathon is taking place this October. Of course, if it is something you want to do, I would highly encourage you to do that. And speaking of fitness, we love it here on our show. Let's get into some more fitness for today.
Yeah, bring on more fitness, bring on the movement. Let's celebrate these beautiful bodies that we have and been blessed with. And of course, in line with a running day, let's keep moving right now. We're going to kick off an epic journey, and this time it's with Clover. Now, you can purchase any Clover product for your chance to witness the exhilarating clash between South Africa and Scotland in the vibrant Stadium of France. And on top of that, 5 lucky winners and their partners are going to set sail on a luxurious cruise to the paradise of Ibiza, departing from the enchanting port of Marseille. Now, it's a rugby experience like no other. Now, listen to this. It takes more than obviously just skill to excel on the field, right? Especially when it comes to rugby. Now, our boys in the green and gold know that physically being fit is definitely part of the secret to success. And we're talking about things like explosive sprints, intense strength training, you name it. So lace up your sneakers and get ready to train like a pro. And we've got a pro here as well. Not a rugby pro, but definitely a running pro indeed. Ashraf's still here. Ori is in the building. He is a pace setter doing his, is it 7th or 8th? Marathon? 7th Comrades marathon. So we're going to see how these beautiful legs of his can go through these paces as well. But for you, Mzansi, you can join in with us and get your fitness on. So speaking of first things first, let's get warmed up. So Ashraf, let's do exactly that. We're going to warm up on the spot, 20 seconds of just light jogging. You can do this. This is something that you do every single day. So for you, Mzansi, this is a great way to warm up, get the body active, get the muscles primed, and kind of just get everything sort of pumping, especially the blood, because after this, we're going to go into some other exercises that are going to require the blood to be pumping and get this heart rate going. All right, so obviously once you're done with your 20 seconds of warming up, we're going to go into the next phase of our workout, and that's all about building stamina. Now, rugby players have insane stamina. So to build stamina, we're going to be going through something of a circuit. It's called like a HIIT workout, so to speak, right? So first things first, we're going to start off with something called burpees, then mountain climbers. So 5 burpees, 10 mountain climbers. This is something you can do in a workout on its own. You can do it for sets. Ashraf and I are going to show you how we do these ourselves. So let's start off with the burpees. You've done these before?
Yeah.
I'm going to show everybody a grade down version of a burpee for someone that doesn't have that explosive power. So basically, instead of jumping down, so normally in a burpee, you go from here straight into a kick out and then into that press. If you're struggling with that, right, and struggling to jump up into the burpee, what you can do is put your hands down, simply do a step out. You can press down to the ground if you still have the strength, and then step back into it, just like that, and then you can do your burpee jump. So we've got options here. So Ashraf's going to be doing, which version would you prefer to do right now?
The easiest.
Let's do the easiest. And I think it's right. We're obviously in the taper phase of your race. So you go for the easier version. I'm going to do 5 of the hard version. In 3, 2, 1, Mzansi, let's go. 5 burpees, straight into it, nice and easy. This is great for building that stamina, as you just heard. And once you're done with those 5 reps, we're going to go straight into those mountain climbers, which again is going to provide us with the stamina, but also going to give us the ability to work our core, get that great stimulation in, and at the same time, get our workout on. All right, we're going to go into those mountain climbers now. So once again, we're in that high plank position. So pretend you were about to do a push-up, but instead of pushing up, we're basically just drawing the knees towards the elbows and creating a running movement while keeping our core engaged. So 10 of these, really nice and fast if you can, but slow if you want to keep your control and don't promote any injuries. Woo. Ashraf, I can't speak anymore and I'm already out of breath. How are you doing on your side?
Tired.
Obviously, this man will be doing this for hours and hours on end, so he's in his comfort zone. I'm out of my comfort zone, but we're going to carry on with this workout. And we've ticked the box of stamina. It's time to move over to strength, and strength is vital. It's important. It improves your strength and the need to target different muscle groups by making bodyweight exercises like this. So here's some examples. You can do things like an alternating plank. You can do lunges. We're going to do 2 other versions, squats and push-ups. These are great for strength. I'm sure you've done squats before. Bread and butter, good for the quads, good for the glutes. Try and make sure that you aren't too narrow in your start. So for anyone starting with their squats, get your legs a little bit wider. It's gonna make it easier, but maintain a nice neutral spine. Let's go for 5 reps, nice and easy. You ready, Asha?
Yeah.
Let's go. 1, and up, beautiful stuff. 2, keep your core engaged, have a nice neutral spine. This man's legs are absolutely incredible. I love it. And right at the end of this workout, You want to have some fun. You've got stamina, we've got strength, we've done our push-ups. We're going to have a little bit of fun, right? Now, there's a challenge I've seen on TikTok. It's a challenge that I've seen going all over the show. It's really fun, and it's something I invite you to do at home as well. Grab a rugby ball, right? See how many taps or uppies, whatever you want to call it, you can do in 30 seconds. So it looks like this. I'm going to challenge Ashraf to this now, but for 30 seconds, how many taps can you do with the rugby ball? Bearing in mind, this thing is not round. It's like oblong in shape. The ball might go all over the show, but let's give it an attempt. How many can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa! Okay, I'll get the ball. So we got 5 in the bag. I'm going to put this challenge out to you, Mzansi. Have fun with it. It's all about developing skills on the field. And Ashraf's going to go for his turn now. You ready, brother? You got 30 seconds in total. Watch out, everybody. All right, let's go for it. You ready? 1. Whoa! I'll get it. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. All right, one more try. One more try. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Yes! New record, Ashraf. Man, we're having so much fun here, of course. You guys can too. We definitely earned this one. And brother, let me say cheers to you.
Cheers.
Oh, earning this workout indeed. I definitely needed that. And although I am out of breath, I'm still having so much fun. And as a reminder to you as well at home, physical fitness is like a passport to greatness in the world of rugby, right? And speaking of passports, you better get yours ready. So don't miss out on Clover's exciting rugby experience. To enter, buy any Clover product and keep your till slip handy. Then after that, you want to do the following. Dial *120 *560# and follow the prompts. It's that simple. And of course, keep watching Expresso daily to find out more info. T's and C's can be found at clover.co.za. Earn this one, and you did too. Cheers, brother. Nice stuff.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, we love looking at what's trending on TikTok here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Now, you hit the pavement to improve your cardiovascular health, you build muscle, and on occasion, you also make up for that extra slice of chocolate cake that you got to enjoy. But did you know that while you are taking care of your body, you're also taking care of your mind? And we are looking at some trending TikTok videos this Global Running Day, where creators turn to running for stress relief and for mental health. So this is a talk I can't do alone. So Raul, come and join me here. Oh, yes. We're going to take a look at some really cool TikToks that we want to share. In fact, let's kick it off with our first video. This comes from creator Mamma Mia 56, who encourages us to start running and put a fun spin to taking care of herself. Take a look.
Nice.
If you're ever feeling sad, just go for a run, because then you'll realize that your physical health is way worse than your mental health.
Okay, not the direction I thought it was going, but yes.
I like that. Maybe it's just poking fun at the fact that running is a challenge, and it can be a positive challenge. I think that's what they were going with over there, but I'm here for the laughs. Next up, we've got Ethan, and they developed a technique to help you push through when your mind is telling you to give up. Oh, we could all do with this. Let's check it out.
All right, I have a tip for people who want to get into running. Because honestly, running has helped my mental health so much and just makes me feel so much better. But I know a lot of people are afraid of it for some reason. Here's what you're gonna do. When you go running, I want you to turn on instrumentals to songs that you really like, or just like instrumentals with a good beat. And in your head, as you're running, think of lyrics for the song, like write song lyrics in your head to the beat of the music. What this is gonna do is trick you from getting tired and thinking about how tired you are. And before you know it, time will have passed like so quickly because you're in your head thinking about song lyrics and not how exhausted.
I love that. You know what? Running is so great for giving you that peace of mind. And I know a lot of people find joy in when they run, they think of other things. And if you're not sure what to think about, that's a great handy tip.
It is. It's like therapy. And it leads into that whole concept of like monitor your breathing, box breathing. Just anything that distracts you from your own pain is definitely going to assist you going forward. Now, I love that one. That was something that I think we could all sort of gain an advantage from, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, listen, we're moving on to our next TikTok that we want to share with you. Now, the creator, Embarrassing Elle, took to TikTok to encourage her followers to join her on her 100-day challenge, in which she pushed herself to increase the daily distance. And this is her progress so far. Take a look.
And I know that the work I can't walk away.
Oh, I love that. That's like a before and after, but in running, that is awesome.
And like the first one, you can see her struggling, and the last one, you can see her smiling.
Did you see the face?
And it's like we were saying earlier, like running doesn't have to be from 0 to 21. There are so many smaller milestones you can tick the box in leading up to your goal.
Just like going for your first 1 kilometer. That's a real goal. That's something that we can all strive towards. We're all in a space in our own journey. We're all struggling, all doing the most, but running gives that gratification. Here's another one, our last video from Daniela Burnett, who started a running series on a social media called Big Girls Who Run. Now, this was motivation that running is for every one of us, and she shares her runs, both good and bad, and shares honest, real, and raw experiences just like this one. I'm here for this.
Okay, so we're a little hungover today, which doesn't really make for a good run. Big Girls Who Run, hungover edition. We'll see how this goes. Now we have a real runner crossing the street over there. Now don't be alarmed when you see a real runner in the wilds. Look at her go. Oh my God. One day that's gonna be me. Mark my words. One day my pace is gonna be. Today is not that day. And now I have like the world's worst cramp. Do you guys remember toilet papering in middle school? I didn't know they still did that. It takes me right back, literally. You know what's so funny about toilet papering? It was like one of those things that like as a kid, it's like an absolute blast to do. But like now that I'm older, I'm like, do you know how annoying that toilet paper would be to clean up? Say it with me. Any pace is a good pace. Yeah.
I love that. Any
I
pace
like
is a
that.
good pace.
Any pace is good. Your own pace is the perfect pace. I absolutely love this. This is something that I think all of us could take a little note from. I don't think anybody is going to be perfect, but we're all dealing with the most. So keep on it, keep pushing, keep moving forward, and you'll eventually get closer to those goals as long as you have one in mind.
Oh, definitely. Well, listen, I'm super excited to share the next bit with you.
Yeah.
Now, I packed my bags and I actually gave my mom and my dad a little bit of a surprise. In fact, I asked my mom to join me at Rugby Gorge in KZN, and we had the best time. So take a look at that.
I love this place.
I was very fortunate to grow up in Amanzimtoti in KwaZulu-Natal, and when we had friends or family come to visit, we always brought them to Rugby Gorge. This South Coast gem, it offers such breathtaking cliffs, fun adventures, rivers, waterfalls. It is a tourist destination. And today, I'm not on this epic adventure by myself. I have my lovely Mama Bear with me, and she's going to join me on this. Are you ready?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, well, I think you'll be fine. Let's go and see what we can go do. Being in one of the most beautiful places in the world and having the moment to share it with my mom, it is so special. I don't see her often. We talk regularly, but to have this one-on-one time with her it means the world to me. Now, the only way to fully immerse yourself in this beautiful area is to come to Wild 5 Adventures, where they have the big slide, the swinging, they've got the quad biking, and so much more. And I thought, why not come and do the zip lining? Have you done zip lining before?
Never.
Are you going to join me today?
Why not?
Oh,
let's try.
That's a first. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go get you kitted out. I think more people need to find moments in their day to hit pause and get out and travel and explore, because before you know it, boom, you blink, you're halfway through the year. We need to create those moments and really just enjoy every second of it. Back to that one. Okay, I am ready for this. I hope my mom can survive this. Ziplining over Rugby Gorge was a first for me. It is absolutely beautiful. It is so lush, it is so green, and it's actually quite scary, but that whole experience didn't go by too fast, so I was able to enjoy every minute. That was amazing. I have to admit, knowing the fact that I was 165 meters above the treetops was quite a scary thought. I mean, to get a full view of Baboon's Castle, to see the waterfall and actually feel a few of the drops, that is priceless. This is quite incredible that my mom is willing to go on the zip line, because normally she is one to hold back and rather watch us. So she's extremely brave for taking this one on. Let's see how she does. This for me has been a bucket list moment. I mean, how often do I get to spend time with my mom and call it work? For me, this is a dream come true, to just really explore the beauty that KZN has to offer. The suspension bridge is one of the iconic features of the Rugby Gorge. I mean, just look at these gorgeous views. What do you think?
Spectacular.
It is spectacular. And what is amazing is the Rugby Gorge is also known as the place of echoes. And millions of years ago, the Umzikulwana River carved its way over a flat rock and eventually carved out these deep and narrow gorges that we see and enjoy today. And at the base of these cliffs, there are some rocks that are as old as 100 million years old. Well, let me let you in on a little secret of mine. Usually when people go hiking or for a picnic, they just pack their water and juice. Well, if you get yourself a flask, you just need to fill it with hot water, bring your cups and your favorite coffee along. I love to use the Jacobs 3-in-1 because it already has my instant Jacobs coffee, my sugar and my creamer, so I don't have to pack anything else. I simply add my hot water and I can enjoy a fresh cup on the spot. Today, I am grateful to share one of my favorite cups of coffee with my mom and to really just have this one-on-one girl time, because living far away from your mom is very difficult, but having this special time, it's priceless. I would highly encourage you to get out there, go on an adventure, take a trip, or even just hit pause and spend time with someone that you love, because life really is short, and enjoy it with a hot cup of coffee, because I'm looking at this view and there really is nothing better than this. Take me back.
Wow, okay, I'm jealous. Firstly, because you had coffee in a place that is a better view than I have ever climbed in all my mountains. Wow, that looked amazing.
Rugby Gorge is so special, and I was so surprised my mom was willing to do the zip lining.
Yeah.
You pitch the idea and they're like, and then you get there and they're like, okay, I'll do it. And I'm like, okay.
Big up, moms.
Yes.
Now listen, if that didn't inspire you to call in sick tomorrow, get out into the mountains and drink a hot cuppa, then I don't know what will. But until then, let's just drink our coffee to the sound of Expresso and begin daydreaming of where we want to go next. Cheers.
Let's daydream.
Jacobs 3-in-1, the perfect combination of coffee, milk, and sugar. Jacobs, the magic aroma.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and yes, we are heading into the culinary hotline. Bling!
Ding, ding, ding!
Oh, I love it when people sing bling, bling, bling. It makes me so happy. Chef Clem, he is here because I feel like an air fryer is something a lot of people have gotten themselves, and other than chicken nuggets and chips, we don't know what else to make in it. So Chef Clem is here to show us all the tips and tricks on how to use your air fryer to the max, and you're here to answer some questions.
All the questions.
All the questions. So how about we make some of these delicious, is this coconut crispy prawns?
Coconut crusted crispy prawns. Say that 10 times. No, don't.
No, I can't. Coconut crispy. That's why I said coconut crispy prawns.
Coconut crispy prawns.
Coconut crusted crispy prawns.
Done. Amazing, amazing. And they're delicious as well, besides being a mouthful to say. It's full of texture, full of flavor, and it's made in the air fryer, which you don't see a lot of seafood being made in the air fryer.
No, not at all. So how would we kick off this recipe?
Right. It's all about the preparation. It starts off with your prawns. Can you pass me that plate that's on the side?
So we've got our prawns here. Have they been cleaned?
They
Yes,
have been
they
cleaned.
have.
So what you're going to do is, and I like doing this with the heads on, that's just to be showy, but you don't have to. Woolies also have the prawns that have been completely cleaned, and you can use just the meat for it. So I like the aesthetic of having the prawns on it, especially for like a dinner party, if you're having guests over. What I have done is, this is going to be the weirdest way to explain it. The prawn has a head.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's got a body and it's got the tail.
Yes.
Now on the body, it's got a shell that's around there that's broken up into segments. What you want to do for this is take its jacket off.
Okay.
Just its jacket.
Just the jacket.
Leave its tail on, leave its head on. So you end up with a beautiful piece of just meat in the middle. So
That's a cute way of explaining it.
right? It's a winter jacket.
It's a little winter jacket.
Let's talk about the crust. We're going to use coconut because coconut's got a lot of flavor, plus it's going to give us that texture that we want. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Coconut's going in, and we're not going to toast it because it's going to toast in the air fryer. So get your coconut in there. It's also got a bit of sweetness, which we love. And that's going to come
also, it's a different take than going breadcrumbs.
Right, honestly. And I feel like breadcrumbs are amazing. They give you great crunch. But for this recipe specific, because we are going to be serving it with a Thai soup as well, and today we've got the Thai red curry soup, we're playing on the flavors that you would normally associate with like Thai cuisine, and coconut just does the most. Then I got chili and lime salt. I love this stuff. I love it, I love it. And popcorn,
I love mixed spices. I've never even thought of putting that on popcorn.
it's so good. It's so savory. So that's going to go in.
I love how chefs just guesstimates.
Exactly. That's exactly 4 grams. No, it's not. And you can play around with this and kind of like, if you want more of the seasoning, add more. I mean, I basically used almost all of it. I love it. It's delicious. We're going to go with fresh lime as well, and a lot of it. I love lime and citrus in general. It just permeates so much when you cook with it.
And it's great. It goes so well with seafood.
So well with seafood. Okay, so once you got that in there, so chili flakes went in there as well. You're going to give it a mix.
That's a new way of mixing. I would have just taken the spoon.
How high can we go? Should we do it?
Go.
Okay. And I'm not missing. I mean, I'm missing.
You are.
I am missing. Okay, so get your prawn, get it into a little egg bath, and that's going to be the glue that helps the stick to...
We're giving it a new jacket, a fashion makeover.
Yes, fashion makeover. There we go. And once you've done that, look at that. It's got a little fleece jacket on.
It's got a cute little fleece.
Okay.
And it's very trendy right now, that whole...
It is. It absolutely is.
Teddy bear texture.
So that's your dressed prawn. You can do the rest of them. What I've done is to add extra flavor is I'm going to skewer them with some lemongrass sticks.
Oh, that's clever. So I've got the sticks here in front of me. How do you skewer the prawn?
Okay, so...
Well, these lemongrass sticks are quite firm. So
they're quite firm. So, but I do like giving a bit of a pilot hole. So I take a skewer and kind of just work out where it's going to go.
Okay.
And then you grab the stick, and what I've done is I split the lemongrass and I've cut a little sharp point of it.
Okay.
And you're just going to skewer it through. And you can do this with like, I do like 3 on one stick.
And it's all edible.
It's all edible. Well, don't eat the stick. It's a bit chewy. But what it does is, as it permeates, because it's gone like through the prawn, it heats up, and that lemongrass flavor actually permeates into the meat of the prawns. So that's going to go into the air fryer. But before it does, there's a voice note.
Yes, let's take a listen. We love it when you get involved with our culinary hotline bling. Let's take a listen. Good morning.
Hi, my name is Henriette. I want to ask Chef Clem, what is the best to use for baking? Spray and cook or butter? Baking butter, if I may ask.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I've kind of... true story. I don't like cooking without like a non-stick kitchen spray at all. It's not just about the fact that the food's not going to stick to whatever you're using to cook it in. It's also about the fact that it adds longevity to your cookware because the dirt's not sticking to it.
Yes.
Butter does a good job. I kind of always go, ooh, how much is that costing now that I'm smearing like 2 tablespoons of butter in a baking dish?
Okay.
Whereas a non-stick kitchen spray does the job at a fraction of the price and does it well. There's certain times when you would want to brush something with butter to add extra flavor, unless that's an instruction. Otherwise, I totally go non-stick kitchen spray. It's more affordable, and it does the job really well.
And it's better on the waistline.
It is, yes, exactly.
Saving all the way around. Thank you for that question.
I love that question.
We welcome voice notes, so please, if you want to join the conversation, our number is 063-408-8863. Chef Clem, you have taken our tin of Thai red curry soup and you've just heated it up.
I have. So our prawn skewers have gone into the air fryer for 10 minutes. You just want to get that crust on the outside and you do not want to overcook these.
No.
So this is going to be our very creative garnish in a sense. Don't mess, don't mess. There we go. I messed a little bit, but don't look at it.
Okay.
So we're going to take our beautiful skewer and we're going to place it where we've messed on the bowl so no one can see. Ish. Take some toasted coconut, sprinkle that over, get some extra texture in there, and a little bit of mint. Mint goes really well with this dish because we've got quite like bold, spicy flavors. So a little bit of that mint just kind of makes a huge difference.
Oh, look at that.
And you can still see the thing. No, hide the mess.
See, I'm doing girls' dinner tonight. It's my turn to host. So you're giving me a great idea. And I want like that warm, hearty soup.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I don't believe soup seasons only because of the weather outside. I believe because it's quite cold in the kitchen. You don't want to spend all evening in the kitchen. So a soup is like something you can start hours before, put everything into a pot.
Quick and easy.
Let it cook, come back. Your house is warm. It smells amazing. This is one of the dishes. It smells beautiful coming out of the air fryer. Plus with that fragrant soup, girls' night. Girls'
night is sorted. I just want to check, of course, this recipe was geared towards the prawns, but if you want to do a chicken soup, you can use chicken bits and do the same process, use the same, you know, like crumb that we've created, and also pop it in the air fryer.
Absolutely. You can also use a lumi, use chicken, use whatever you want. Do it.
Oh, we are here for it. Chef Clem, thank you for joining us on the culinary hotline. Bling!
Ding, ding, ding!
We have one more coming your way, so don't go anywhere.
Oh, yes, we have more of that coming in just a bit. But for now, though, it's time to tap into some nostalgic memories. And the only way to get South Africa, well, get through a South African winter, and that's definitely with something like Omar rusks. I know you all have memories of this one. Now, earlier this week, we asked you what were some of the best memories with Omar rusks and ones that you've had. And we've received so many great stories, and we want to share it with you and just remind you of how much of an impact this has had on us. So check this out. We've got some comments, starting off with Angelina Sikola. And she says, I remember enjoying dipping Omar rusk in tea and sharing the rusks with my grandma, who passed away, and enjoyed our conversations together. It was so enjoyable to have that, and we'll never forget those moments. Angelina, I love that. Condolences to grandma, of course, but I'm glad that you still have those incredible memories with you. Another one from Bruce Mabizela, who says, my favorite memory with Omar rusks was when I was a child and used to eat them raw without actually dipping them in coffee. I also did the same thing. They were that good on their own. Now, besides our grandmother, she used to make imiqatane. I'm not sure what that actually is. Imiqatane, which was really hard to bite and chew. This was good exercise for the jaws. This is how I got used to eating rusks that way. Whoa, interesting stuff. Anybody knows or can assist me on what that means, please come through. I'll find out for you. Sabrina comes through next. Sabrina Vartameyer says, my favorite memory will be when I went to Molteno for a conference and stayed with a family for the weekend. Anyone who knows Omar rusks knows they come from Molteno. Every morning before we went to the conference, my family and the host family spent time having coffee and Omar rusks to tide us over till breakfast. It was a wonderful bonding and making new friends. Wow, nicely done. Having it at the source of where all the magic comes from. Well done, well played, and thank you, Mzansi, for sharing all these incredible comments. I love it, and we're going to keep doing that. So if you have any special memories, and that's with your Omar rusk, then share them with us on our Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages using the hashtag #MoreThanARusk. Now, it gets better, because one lucky winner is going to receive delicious Omar rusk hampers, plus 2,000 Rand in cash. Now, the competition closes today at 11 a.m., so get your entries in ASAP. You still got time. 11 a.m. is when it closes. And if you want to find out anything more with regards to maybe the T's and C's, then you can head over at expressoshow.com and get involved in this one, because, trust me, you want to get involved and win this comp. Here's to the memories.
There is more in every dip with Omar rusks.
Now you can generously give a voice to Storytime. Visit our library of homegrown audio stories at cadbury.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Now, the Couch to 5K training routine is a popular program designed to help individuals gradually build their running endurance and eventually be able to run a 5-kilometer distance. Now, while the program primarily focuses on the physical aspects of training, there are some psychological factors that also play and contribute to its effectiveness. Now, as we celebrate Global Running Day, we have asked the ultra marathon runners, Ashraf, Yusuf, and Paul to join us back on the couch as we unpack this. Paul, I'm going to start with you. I think it's easier said than done, but what is the best way to get someone off their couch and literally just to get them started?
Okay. So I think the first thing is really to start where they are, which maybe is on the couch. Some people maybe come from other sporting backgrounds, maybe they're a little bit fitter, but particularly the people that have been sedentary lifestyles that we lead often these days, just getting up and getting started is the first step. And there, maybe looking at 3 times a week, 4 times a week if you can, even if it's just walking 20 minutes to start with, gradually building up to 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. If you can do that for, say, 3 months, then you've built the lifestyle change of doing exercise on a regular basis. Now, if you're finding the walking easy, you can start throwing in little bits of running, maybe starting with a minute or slightly longer as well, depending on your fitness levels. Again, if you're not so fit, then maybe your first walk interval is maybe 30 seconds. And I would look, once I start running, look to do maybe 4 minutes in total. So maybe that's 4 times 1 minute, or maybe 8 times 30 seconds, depending where my fitness is. And then gradually over the weeks, you just build on that, build on that. You lengthen the total time of exercise, and you then increase the running portion as well. So that's the way to go about it. The first thing is really changing your lifestyle to do the exercise 3 or 4 times a week.
See, you're making it sound absolutely manageable and not daunting at all. Now, I know there are some psychological, aspects and factors that runners experience when they don't hit those targets that they've set out for themselves. Perhaps you can shed some light on that?
Well, look, Zoe, it's never too late for anybody. The age is just a number. So as I can go again to with Mr. Paul, where I agree with him fully, 100% for what he was saying about the program from the couch to the 5K. Like, for example, the legend of the Comrades, Bruce Fordyce, he came with the idea of the park run. So we have so many park runs in our mother city, and the park run is a 5K. So you're welcome to do it every Saturday morning. It starts at 8 o'clock. You can walk it. That's how you can also start. And don't take too much carbs if you really want to do some. If you want to start to losing some weight, you need to start eating less carbs and high protein. So that's how you start burning all your carbohydrate. And end of the day, you can start doing it. It's such an easy thing.
You know what? You're making it sound easy as well. Now, Ashraf, I'm going to end it off with you. If I'm thinking now of the first-time runner, and maybe they are following Paul's advice where they go for the walk first and they get into that lifestyle change. How can you encourage them to stay motivated, to not give up and not let go of this new habit that they've taken on?
I would say to stay motivated. I'm talking about myself now. So I'm less motivated if I'm on my own. So what I'll do is I'll commit myself to friends first. I'll say, let's meet at 6 o'clock. Let's meet at 7 o'clock. They will meet at, like post-COVID, we were all struggling to get fit again. So I would say, park at Pat in Sea Point. Sea Point pool is 2 kilometers away. Let's walk around to there. But do it as a group of friends. So you've committed to somebody else. You can't be standing alone in Sea Point waiting for you. It's just commit to people, and then you have to turn up. You have to show up.
You have to.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that, especially doing it in a group setting. That always helps. It keeps people motivated. Perhaps, Paul, you've got some parting advice for first-time running?
Set big goals and set little goals on the way to the big goal. So maybe it's your first marathon is your big goal, or Comrades for some people, or even your first half marathon. But if you're coming off the couch, running your first 5K is an interim goal, running your first 10K. celebrate maybe your different times as you improve your time. It might only be 30 seconds, but if you set a PB, just celebrate that. And that will keep you motivated as well. That's very good.
Well, thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today, and all the best for this weekend and the Comrades. And for you at home, hopefully we've inspired you to get off the couch and start running.
Incredible conversation indeed, celebrating everything with regards to World Running Day today. But for now, the official duties must commence, and it's just about to go on the hour. So starting off with national news headlines now. Economic growth increased by 0.4% in the first quarter of 2023 from a negative 1.1% previously. Now, figures released by Statistics SA show that the biggest contributors to the increase were in manufacturing, food, and beverages. Now, agriculture, forestry, and fisheries contracted for a second consecutive quarter. And agricultural economist Wandile Sihlobo says major drivers for a weaker agricultural figures are too much rain, the planting season that was delayed by more than a month in some areas, and the aftermath of the foot and mouth pandemic, which led to lower slaughter figures in the cattle industry. While sticking to national news headlines, the National Institute for Communicable Diseases, otherwise known as the NICD, says it's concerned by the high number of influenza transmissions since the start of May this year. Now, the NICD says its surveillance program that monitors flu transmissions in all 9 provinces in SA compared flu levels year on year, and this year's transmission rate is higher than average. Now, the NICD has called on those with comorbidities to be extra cautious. And the World Health Organization says the annual flu epidemic has resulted in 3 to 5 million cases of severe illness and some 650 respiratory deaths worldwide. Well, from our national news headlines, it's time to head over to international news. Now, the recruitment of nurses by high-income countries from poorer nations appears to be out of control. Now, for instance, Ghana's health system is struggling due to the brain drain of nurses. Many specialist nurses have left the West African country of late for better paid jobs abroad. Now, last year, some 1,200 Ghanaian nurses joined the UK's nursing register. Now, this as Britain's National Health Service, otherwise known as the NHS, increasingly relies on staff from non-EU countries to fill vacancies. I'll carry on with international news headlines. Thousands of people are being evacuated after a major dam was blown up in Ukraine. Now, President Vladimir Zelensky says some 80 towns and villages are at high risk of flooding after the destruction of the dam at Nova Kakhovka, which he blamed on Russia. Now, Russia has denied involvement, and a war crimes investigation has been opened as the Geneva Convention bans targeting dams in the war because of danger to civilians. Now, meanwhile, swans were seen swimming gracefully and calmly downstream through Nova Kakhovka after destruction of the dam. Well, next up in our headlines, something of different note. Agnes Nomboza has been a nurse for 13 years and often giving vaccines and medicine to extreme remote villages in eastern Uganda. Now, a recent video of her clambering up a rickety wooden ladder on the side of a huge mountain without safety gear has astonished thousands of people. Now, the climb up the now infamous ladder is especially treacherous during rainy seasons, but she says it's used by the community year-round. Even children use it to get to and from school, and Agnes has been praised as Uganda's Nurse of the Year. Definitely incredible feat there. For now, though, it's time to tap into the rest of the headlines, and here's all the latest when it comes to sport. Diving in one last time to all the sporting action of late, and starting off with football news. Now, Karim Benzema has completed his move to Saudi Arabia club Al Ittihad after leaving Real Madrid. Now, the 35-year-old spent 14 years with Real, winning 5 Champions League titles, 5 Club World Cups, and 4 La Liga titles. Now, the Frenchman's exit as a free agent came amid widespread report that he was set to move to Saudi Arabia, and that switch has now been confirmed, with Benzema now set to go head-to-head with former teammate Cristiano Ronaldo next season. Now, he has signed a deal to 2026, and according to reports, will earn around 200 million euros per year. Crazy stuff indeed. Well, sticking to football news right now and reporting on incidents involving This Orlando Pirates footballer, Thembinkosi Lorch, has been found guilty of assault. Now, Lorch was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend, Fundiswa Matitibala, at his residence in Midrand in September 2020. Now, Matitibala testified that she was visiting Lorch when he left her house to go out with his friend. Now, she told the court that when she saw it was getting late, she texted him to return her car keys, and on arrival, an argument ensued and Lorch became violent towards her and strangled her. Interesting indeed. Now, moving on and carrying on with sporting headlines, Novak Djokovic survived a quarterfinal scare from Karen Khachanov to keep his bid for a record 23rd men's Grand Slam singles titles alive at the French Open. Now, Djokovic was in danger of falling 2 sets behind against the Russian, but prevailed 4-6, 7-6, 6-2, and 6-4. Now, he could become the first man to win all 4 majors at least 3 times. Now, he's going to be playing Carlos Alcaraz after the world #1 beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in straight sets. And in the women's draw, world #2 Aryna Sabalenka powered past Elina Svitolina 6-4, 6-4 to set up a semi-final clash with Karolina Muchova, who overcame Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 7-5 and 6-2. Well, carrying on with sporting action, golfing news has us in a celebration or a stir. You decide. Now, the PGA Tour and DP World Tour have agreed to merge with Saudi Arabian-backed circuit Live Golf in a deal that ends the acrimonious split in the game. Now, the surprise announcement comes after a year of unprecedented disruption in the men's game following the launch of Live. Now, it means pending litigations between the tours will be halted, and they will move forward as part of the same enterprise. Now, an agreement has been signed that will combine the commercial operations and rights into a new, yet-to-be-named for-profit company. Well, that's all the latest headlines that I have for you when it comes to sport, and diving into the traffic right now and everything involving that, Zoe has it all.
Thank you, Raul. Let's take a final look at the roads this morning in Pretoria. There's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 southbound. It's after the ramp from Rigel Avenue. The left lane is closed. Please drive carefully and approach with caution. Then in Cape Town, there's congestion on the N2 inbound. It's at Borchards Quarry. Expect delays and allow for more travel time. If you're in KwaZulu-Natal Hilton, there are roadworks taking place on the N3 eastbound. It's after the ramp to Sidara Road, and it's at the interchange on the R103, so please drive carefully. That's a look at your traffic for this morning. Let's take a final look at your weather. And we start off with some news. A series of cold fronts are expected to make landfall over the southwestern parts of the Western Cape from tonight into tomorrow, dropping the daytime maximum temperatures significantly to below 10 degrees Celsius in places over the southern high grounds of Namakwa district and the northern parts of the Cape Winelands districts. The SA Weather Service says general windy conditions will accompany the cold and wet weather. Heavy winds and waves tonight and tomorrow can also result in difficulty in navigation at sea between Cape Columbine and near the town of Paternoster on the west coast and Cape Agulhas in the Overberg in the Western Cape. Well, that's your news update. Let's look at today's temperatures. Polokwane, your low is 8, your high 26. Mbombela, 14.31. Pretoria, 11.24. A sunny day for Johannesburg, 10 with a high of 22. Mahikeng, 11.26. Klerksdorp, 12.27. Kimberley, 5 with a high of 26. Expect a sunny day in Bloemfontein, 4.24. Richards Bay, 19 with a high of 20. In fact, 30 is your high. Pietermaritzburg, 13.29. Durban, 19.26. Mthatha, 6.29. East London, 11 with a high of 26. Cradock, 5.24. Gqeberha, your low is 9, your high 22. George, sunny with a low of 10, a high of 17. Cape Town, brace yourself for some cold, wet weather. 13 is your low, 15 your high for today. Worcester 11.17, Sutherland 4 with a high of 12, and Uppington, your low is 5, your high 25 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your temperatures for today. We cannot forget about those sunrise views, so let's look at what we've been receiving. Kevin in Hillcrest snapped an absolute art of, look at that piece of art. Then Desiree from Pietermaritzburg was standing outside on her veranda, enjoying these blissful moments and just captured this moment for us. Caroline saw pinks beaming through her window and stepped out to share this photo with us. And Nancy Govender is out and about enjoying her daily walk and snapped this view. What a beautiful photo and way to start your day. Well, thank you for those good morning photos. We can't wait to see what you're going to share with us tomorrow morning. Please continue to do so. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Oh, thank you so much, Zoe. And as you have heard and probably noticed already, the show is all about running, but this one is going to be a little bit different. Maybe running in our mind right now is going to be the thoughts that go on, because next we are joined in studio by global Mentalism performer. His name is Brian Miles. Now, he's set to astound Cape Town audiences at the prestigious The Drum Factory, and it is his new show, Hidden Senses, which is taking place from the 9th to the 10th of June, 2023. Now, before I even say anything, let me say good morning. How you doing, bro?
Good morning, Raul. It's great to be back on the show.
Yeah,
and,
welcome back.
Maybe I should just say a big thank you to all of the viewers, everyone who went to bed early last night, so they could get up and watch this. You do not go unnoticed.
Yeah, man. Look, before I even get into the conversation, I believe there's something you want to straight off the cuff
I want
to
to just point out that I brought along these two paper bags. Raul, I'm the only person who knows what is contained inside of these paper bags. I haven't even told the production crew. Okay,
I didn't even know they were going to be paper bags. Everyone's like, what's going on?
And kind of what interests me lately is this idea of choice and chance. You know, in life we make a lot of choices, and we like to think we have some control over that, and we take a lot of chances, things that we don't have control over. And the question I want to ask this morning is, what would happen if you were to combine choice and chance? Let me explain what I mean. I brought along a nice big shiny coin here. If the camera can come in and get a nice close-up of this. This is an American $50. It's just so that it's easy to see the head side. That's the Kennedy head. And the side here with the coat of arms is the tails. It's really easy to see. Hopefully you can get that. Nice and big coins, you can see that heads and tails, right?
I just want to make sure, because when you guys do these things with your fingers, you're always going to check and make sure. Yes, I can verify. That's a legitimate coin.
Okay, you have nothing to worry about. But in a moment, I'm going to toss the coin, Raul. And whichever way the coin lands, the corresponding bag I will crush with my bare hand, okay? That'll be the chance component. The choice component is fun because you get to decide which bag's gonna be heads or tails, okay? So I've got two little papers here, and all I want you to do is take them, place them in whichever bag you like, and then you can sit back again.
Okay,
so do that for me as quick as you can. There you go.
I can put it on anyone I want?
Anyone, just like little tails.
Don't look, I'm gonna hide your
really
vision there. Let me shuffle it up. You guys say when. 3, 2,
yeah, pop them on.
Okay, let's do this. Make sure you can't see.
Are they on?
I'm watching him there. So heads will be that one. And
it's your choice.
Will be that one. Okay.
That was
ready for you.
That's beautiful. That was your that's beautiful. That was your choice. And like I said, we're going to toss the coin.
Yeah.
And whichever way the coin lands, the corresponding bag, I will crush with my bare hand. So here we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's see. And it is.
That's tails, right?
Yes, that's the coat of arms. That's tails. That's tails. Can you see that? Just to verify that. Okay, not heads, but tails. Okay, tails. Maybe you could just hold that for me. Okay. So that is tails. So this one. This one?
Yeah, the one on your left, yes.
Okay,
that was tails, yeah.
There we go. This
You're going to crush that, right?
Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I'm glad that that is out of the way. That's just a block of wood and paper, all right? I'm glad that's out of the way, because the odds at stake here were far greater than simply heads or tails. Yeah. Because, Raul, right here, I want you to come over here, and I want you to describe, I'll do this at fingertips, describe in detail to the viewers, what do you see inside there?
Are you mad, bruv? There's a sharp nail sticking out of this.
That
What are you doing?
Is 9 inches of danger. That is a real 9-inch nail. Feel there for me, please.
Bro, if you did this, are you...
That is 9 inches.
Thank you for landing on
And I'm glad we can get this interview off to a good start.
Wait, what? Hang on, let me just process this. So I'm trying to figure out, was that a trick? Was it an illusion? Was that just
Maybe it was both.
Who are you? All right, I'm going to keep this coin here because clearly there's some luck here, but whoa, man, that is insane.
Yeah.
What you're doing is crazy. What you're doing is wild to me. I want to ask more questions about this. We're going to get into an interview about it. I want to talk to you just briefly. This thing you're doing, is this based on, like, deception? Is this based on thinking? What is going on here?
It's a bit of everything, really. I mean, I kind of, from a young age, I was kind of interested in how the mind works and I realized very early on how easily we can be deceived, right? Yeah. So I studied the skills of the hypnotist. I love the skills of your magician, your classic sort of stage magician, as well as just basic psychology. And when you put those all together in a soup, you mix them up, you can then create this illusion of controlling or predicting people's behavior.
Wow, it's my mind's still blown. Yeah, I still have so much to think about. We're going to be back in just a bit talking about some questions that I have so many things. Well, I have so many questions right now. I have so many things I want to talk about with regards to the show, more displays on. So Mzansi, clearly there's every reason to stick around because this man's going to entertain us.
Hey, what's that? This is Octifex, a new accessible platform to trade Forex on global markets.
Cool. What's the Forex?
It's short for foreign exchange, trading currencies.
Buy low, sell high. Score points, right?
Exactly.
What's leverage?
It's like you got cool friends. They vouch for you, and you can trade it big.
Precisely.
So basically it's an app where you learn and trade, and it's safe, and it looks good.
That about sums it up here. Octifex, trading made clear.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, Mzansi. It's your feel-good breakfast show, and what a show we've had already. If you've been paying attention to this, my mind is still blown. I have so many questions as to what just happened. And if you didn't see earlier, we played a game of chance, and wow, the chances were high, the risks were high. But we're still in studio right now with a Mentalism performer, Brian Miles, and he's ready to use us for a Mentalism experiment. Now, that first one was already crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I want to just quickly talk about the show, because obviously this is where you're going to be performing all these. Are they tricks? Is it art? What is this exactly? Yeah, what's going on?
It is art. It's a bit of everything. I think that's what kind of keeps it interesting, is that you don't really know where that line is. It's kind of blurred between kind of like, you know, is it this, is it that? I'm not sure. And that's the space that I like to play in. So if you want to call them tricks, if you want to call them experiments, if you want to call it, you know, magic, mentalism, what, I mean, you're happy to. I really don't, you know, I don't really like labels.
And this is exactly what's going to be in the show, right?
Yes,
a lot of this.
So this would be a very good time for that lower third to stream across, say 9th and 10th of June. I'm going to be at the Drama Factory in Somerset West doing my brand new show called Hidden Senses. What's hidden senses, you ask? Well, basically, you know, we supposedly have 5 known senses, well, you know, main ones. The questions I ask in my show are like, is it possible if we combine those 5 senses together to create the illusion of a sixth sense. Is it possible?
Ah.
But also, if we remove a sense, does that mean that the other senses are heightened? You know, is this true? Is this not true? And so the show, in a theatrical way, I kind of explore these questions.
Oh, I love it.
Very interactive show, like I said, on the 9th and 10th of June at the Drama Factory in Somerset West. Yeah, just, you know, people can also take part from the comfort of their own seat. So, like, a lot of people are, like, a little bit intimidated about all this stuff, which you shouldn't be. I mean, I'm just an ordinary guy with extraordinary skills. But, you know, it's nothing to be afraid of. And if you don't want to come up on stage in the show, you can just simply sit in your seat, take part in some of the mind demonstrations and experiments. Yeah.
All right, so maybe you can give us another reason as to why, or I've really got a reason, but give us another reason as to why we should get in the show. I know Clem and Zoe are sitting here partially nervous, partially not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
I have the same mystery in my mind right now, so what have you got for us?
Yeah, obviously just off the top, you have no idea what we're going to do, right?
No, absolutely nothing.
Okay, that's great. I brought along 3 black boxes here, mysterious black boxes, and just once more, I am the only person who knows what is contained inside of these boxes. I haven't even told production crew. However, there's a box for each of you. So I'm just going to give Zoe a box. Just hold on to it. Do not open it just yet. And maybe we can do both of you together like that. Just keep it just like that for me. Do not open it until I tell you to do so. But if it starts leaking or ticking, just let me know.
Excuse me, what do you mean?
All right. So maybe we'll start with Zoe. We'll start with you. Zoe, when you were like in primary school, that type of thing, did you have a favorite classic game that you would play with your friends? And by classic, I mean like Snakes and Ladders or something like that, like a family game?
Yes. Must I tell you what it is?
Well,
okay. We love playing Monopoly.
Monopoly?
Monopoly.
Oh, okay. That can divide a family sometimes.
Yes.
All right. And Raul, your favorite?
As a kid, Red Rover.
Red Rover?
It's like a running game. You had to catch
Yes.
people.
That's a nice one.
I'm gonna go for Foursquare.
Foursquare.
Till today. Till today.
Okay.
Are you the champ?
Of course.
Never forget. Okay, I'm a little bit more classic, giving my age away here, but one of my favorite games was this game called Pictionary. It's not very popular here in South Africa, but just for those viewers that don't know, basically you've got little cards, you draw images on them, you put them together to form clues. It's a lot of fun. But my friends and I, we had kind of a low-budget way of playing Pictionary. No, really, a low-budget way. We would take an old pack of cards and a pen, and we would draw images on the backs of the cards. That way we could have a pack of Pictionary cards with us at all times. And I actually brought along one from a long time ago here. Maybe the camera can get a nice close-up. These are my Pictionary cards over here from a long time ago. And just those of you that are not sort of familiar with playing cards, just a deck of cards, all right? And then on the backs of these cards, we would draw the different images. So maybe you can get a nice tight shot of that. You can see this is a table.
Yes.
Okay, it's a table. This is a glass of water, for example, a knife.
Yes.
Okay, lamp, TV, shoe. I mean, there are dozens and dozens of these. Fridge, light bulb, fork, teapot, keys, wallet, tap. I mean, it goes on and on all the way through the pack. So this is how we would play our low-budget game of Pictionary. And the question I want to ask this morning is it possible to be able to predict a game of Pictionary? This is what we're going to do. Okay, so Zoe, Pictionary involves your imagination. So imagine I give you the pack of cards, and you spread them out in front of you. Just imagine this in your mind, like a mind experiment, okay? And obviously in a deck of cards, there are red cards and black cards. So I want you to remove all of the cards of one color. What color do you want to remove?
Must I say it out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one?
Red.
The red. So you take all the red cards out for yourself, and the black cards, let's imagine you hand to Ryle. Okay, so Ryle, you have all of the black cards. Imagine them in your mind. Okay, so that would be clubs and spades, and you would have hearts and diamonds. Okay, we'll come to you in just a moment. Don't feel left out, okay?
You get the joker.
And just like in Pictionary, where you're not allowed to name the image, I'm just going to have you name a playing card. So imagine those cards in front of you now in your mind. Imagine you reach in, Zoe, and you pull out one card, and you're holding it in front of you. Name it out loud for all of us here. I'll take it out of the Pictionary pack. Which one?
Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts. Okay, so I'll remove the Queen of Hearts from the pack. Let's see. That's a good one, Zoe. Is that your favorite?
Yes, I have it tattooed on my wrist.
Okay, there we go. Queen of Hearts. I'm just going to place that there for now. And Raul, you have the cards in front of you as well. Imagine reaching in.
I got the black ones, right?
Yeah, reaching in and you're pulling out one. Which one do you have in your hand?
Or Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. Okay, is that also your favorite?
It just reminds me of those cool grungy movies where crazy things happen in bars.
Okay, lovely. There's the Ace of Spades right there. Okay, Ace of Spades. Clem, we're going to do you a little bit differently, okay?
Okay.
I want you to imagine you've just come home. It's been a long day at work. You walk in, you open the front door, you walk into your house. I want you just to name like a simple object that you'd find indoors. Maybe we have it in the Pictionary deck. I'll take it out. What would you say?
Okay, let's go chair.
A chair, okay, fair enough. So not the table. Let's see, I think there's a chair in here. Let's see.
Remember drawing a chair all those years ago.
I know. Let's see. My isometric drawing's not that great. I think. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, that's a chair right there. Okay. So these ideas and thoughts that you gave me right now, these came from your imagination, correct?
Yes.
I didn't tell you ahead of time what to do or anything like that. No. Right?
No.
And like I said, I asked the question: is it possible to be able to predict a game of Pictionary? And one way to be able to predict the future is to influence the present. And by present, I mean you each have a present. We'll start with you, Zoe. Your imagination drew you towards the Queen of Hearts. This was also your favorite card.
Yes.
So in Pictionary, that would give you the car. Will you open up your gift that I gave you before we began?
Yes.
Open it up.
Are you ready for this? No way.
Take it out.
No way.
Anything else in the box?
What?
That is the car, right? Okay, wait, Raul. You named the Ace of Spades. Free choice, 100% free choice.
Yeah.
If we were playing Pictionary, that would give you the boat. That would give you the boat.
No, man. Surely not.
Go for it.
Surely not.
Open up your boat.
What do you mean, bro?
Show
It's up
What?
here.
No.
What do you mean?
But wait. We did you
Okay,
a
yes.
little bit differently, right? You named an object. Could have named any object you find, and you went for the chair. Your free choice didn't talk to you before ahead of time. That gives you the 4 of hearts in the pack. The 4 of hearts. Drum roll, please. Open up the box. Show the camera.
No.
What is it?
in there?
Good. Show us. What is it? Comfy.
Get.
Yeah. I think there's enough to share with us.
What are you doing? Put your hands together. What on earth?
And that's why no one will play Pictionary with me.
Brian Miles, who are you? Where do you come from? What have you done with reality? This is insane.
Those are gifts for you.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Whoa. I have so many questions. I don't know where to start. Clearly, everybody needs to get down on the 9th and the 10th. Whoa, this is insane. Do you have anything to say even right now, Clem?
No words. No words. This is absolutely amazing.
You know what's crazy is I had a blue, so my favorite car is a Beetle, like the new little Beetles. And I remember buying a toy blue Beetle. And when you were asking me my favorite thing as a child, the blue Beetle came to mind, but then you said games. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went to, obviously, the different games we played.
There you go.
That's amazing.
So
I'm blown away, man. You are incredible. Thank you for giving us, I don't know, like a feeling of like, I don't even know what this feeling is. A feeling of belief, of magic,
Just enjoy
of power.
it. Enjoy Soak
this,
it up.
this is something that's going to stick with us for a long time. I think we have every reason to get involved in this show. You are doing incredible things. I've got to ask you, in this experience of what you've been doing, blending this world of, let's say, magic, manipulation, deception, what have you learned and what have you acquired in terms of the skills? Like, what have you been able to push? Boundaries that you never thought were possible.
Yeah, that is, I could talk forever on that. I think probably to the first part of your question, the most important thing or the most interesting thing that I've learned doing all of this is that each and every one of us, like, your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Just use it wisely.
Wow, just like you have right now. Man, thank you so much for coming through. I'm just like, is this real?
No, I can't deal.
There you go, everybody. Get involved in this one. And if you want to get the show on your calendar, do it right now. It's an incredible opportunity to get down to the Drama Factory in Strand, the 9th of June at 7:30 p.m. and the 10th of June 2023 at 4 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. So there's 3 opportunities to get a feel of magic, to get a feel of this. And don't go anywhere because the magic will continue. What on earth? What? I don't know. This is wild.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Our minds are still blown from that incredible experience with Brian Miles. But listen, we're now putting the focus on Dad because they are the fixers of all things, loves, supports, and encourages his kids, coolest carpool driver, and our ultimate hero. Father's Day, it is around the corner, and it is our turn to spoil Dad with gifts that will make his heart smile. Now, we have Chef Clem here to take us through his top picks from Woolworths. Now, Clem, you often, you talk about your relationship with your dad, and it is a really, really special one. What do you keep in mind when you look for gifts for your dad?
It's always quality over quantity. My dad has pieces that I've literally bought him when I was like in junior school that he still has.
Aww.
So I always look for timeless pieces that I know he's gonna enjoy. Not too much fluffy, the socks are nice, but we are able to level it up and pull up our socks when it comes to Father's Day gifting. Look at it, that's my dad.
Screen right
Previously, it was my dad with his first granddaughter, only grandchild. The two of them cannot be separated. Oh my goodness, I used to say I was the favorite. Not anymore.
No, the minute
Baby
a
Grace.
comes into the picture, you get eliminated.
Done.
It's like,
Dunsies.
who's Clement? Oh, listen, now Woolies is the one-stop go-to place for gifts for Dad. So let's talk through with what we can get for Dad in the various budgets that we have.
Sure thing. So what I'm going to do is I actually want to talk through different applications of how these gifts would be used because, again, we spoke about timeless, and this is a timeless collection of gifts. I'm going to start in front of me. It's a lot, but I'm going to do it in one breath.
Let's see.
No, one, I'll do it. I'll pace it. So we've got the coffee plunger. We know that coffee is how people start off their day, and what I found is, plot twist, I steep my tea in the coffee plunger now, which is absolutely a game changer. This one's got the wooden lid. You've got to get the world's best dad mug.
Every dad needs a world's best dad mug.
Just every year, he needs to swap it out for the next one. Okay, then we've got two of those. We've got the travel mug, because, I mean, if you're making coffee in the morning and you've got to get to work, this is absolutely amazing. And it does keep things not only hot, but also cold for ages.
That's cool.
This is actually the bar set that I bought my dad. I just told him, okay, I got you this for Father's Day. Also, I got myself a set. These are really amazing. It's got the plunger, it's got the stopper, it's got the pourer, and it's got the waiter's friend in there. They're done. Next. It's always gin o'clock, right? So I got a selection of glasses. We got the whiskey tumblers, and then we got the gin glasses. Those are from Riedel. These are absolutely amazing. We always talk about how the glasses you use change the drinking experience. Those are amazing. And talking about experiencing when you're drinking wine, these are the W Cellar wine glasses. Now, they spend a lot of time creating glasses specifically for different wine varietals, and it makes a huge difference when you're drinking red wine out of a glass that's specifically made for that variety.
It just elevates that whole experience.
It does, it really does. So these, again, these are amazing pieces. I call them investment pieces because they do last forever. Then, we are manifesting. We got the money plant. This is absolutely beautiful. It's so aesthetic.
It's fake.
But you'd never know.
No.
Which is amazing, because this will live on the desk, on the dad's office desk, or even at home forever and just look beautiful. Then we've got the beautiful photo frame.
Oh, we do have
Dad's got to
nice
put a
photo
picture of his
frame.
favorite child in there.
Ah, yes.
Best thing, it's made out of recycled materials. Then we've got the Oslo wall clock, and if your dad is into, like, he's got a minimalist aesthetic like mine does, gonna absolutely love that clock.
Incredible.
Last one, which is this gift bag. Okay, gotta get a good gift bag. And inside the gift bag, you can actually have a look at it.
Oh,
we got the
something
Logan
in it.
waffle throw. And I don't know, this is the winter of throws, okay? Get your dad get your dad a beautiful throw, write an amazing card. This is such an amazing throw. I'm telling you, you're giving it to dad, but you might be able to use it yourself. It is so fluffy and warm, and the texture on the outside makes all the difference.
Oh, and it's got the little Sherpa on the inside. But
Wanna
what
play
is
a game?
this? Okay, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
now we're gonna do this or that. I'm gonna ask you to choose what you would buy for your dad or the father figure in your life. Let's start off
for my dad.
Right on, let's start here. Okay, the wooden lid coffee plunger or the best ever dad mug. So is it this, the plunger, or that, the mug? This, the plunger.
My dad loves a good cup of strong coffee, and I think that plunger is just masculine enough.
Nice.
And he's got a best granddad cup he drinks.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yes.
I can't do the dad thing anymore.
True. Okay, let's go on to the appointment closest to you. Let's go for the photo frame, which is this or that, the Asian money plant.
Oh, let's go for that. My dad has his own little office and there's no plants there. So
It's a
he
win.
wouldn't have to worry about it. It's faux, it's cute, and it will stay alive.
It'll stay alive.
Stay
Okay.
alive.
Then, is it this, the Oslo clock, or is it that, the wine glasses?
That, the wine
glasses.
My dad's, funny enough, he loves his beer, but now that it's winter, I've seen him enjoying a glass of red wine. That's perfect.
That's the one, the double-sided glasses for sure. Your dad's going to be happy with absolutely any one of these gifts. I think you've chosen really well.
Well, I get to enjoy the wine glasses too when I go home.
That's true. These are the gifts that keep on giving. And Woolies does have a selection of, well, absolutely everything you need for Father's Day, down from all the gifts to the food. It's a one-stop Father's Day shop under one roof.
I love it. Chef Clem, thank you for bringing us all of these incredible gifts and making sure that shopping for Dad this Father's Day is not going to be a headache. It's going to be so easy. And hopefully this has inspired you, because Woolies is your one-stop shop for you, and it's for all things Father's Day. Now, from fab foodie finds and small novelty gifts for his home office to some fashion-forward gifts he will absolutely be able to wear all seasons to come. You can shop Father's Day gifts at Woolworths. Do so in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app.
To join FAS, Fathers Against Socks, SMS the number on your screen.
SMS is charged at 75 Rand.
All right, so Father's Day gifting is sorted, but have you been sorted with coffee? Because you get coffee and then you get the almighty cappuccino. Yes, if you haven't, you need to spoil yourself and get a box of the instant cappuccino from Jacobs. The stuff is so good. Oh, all the taste is in here, and you just got to sit back, enjoy, and we'll see you after the break. Cheers. Oh, this is good.
Making a cappuccino with thick creamy froth is now impressively easy.
Do it like this. Do it like, get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your final edition for the day of the Culinary Hot Lab League. Ting, ting, ting! for it. I'm here for that. Keep it going. And remember, on Monday, we asked you if you could have a meal or item in an air fryer, what would it be? And whoa, Mzansi, thank you for coming through because the comments have been rolling in. Starting us off, we've got Nolene Osborne says, sticky wings. Oh, yes, that's a perfect one. Who else have we got up here? Rashmi Devpruth says, mutton biryani.
I've never done that.
Whoa, I've never done that in an air fryer.
In an air fryer.
Wow.
Can it be done?
Rashmi, try share that with us. We'd love to know. Next up, we've got Natasha Savage. I would love to make pork belly with a crisp top. Ooh, that could work, right?
That is actually how you get an amazing pork belly. Air fryer.
Ah, nice, Natasha. Mishan Lange, sticky wings all day, day. Yay, yay. I see you already. That's a second comment on that one. Eunice Jason says mac and cheese and roast chicken and sticky wings. Whoa.
You put the chicken in the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
The whole roast chicken.
Drop bars right there. Man, I must just say, one thing that's crazy about air fryers is that you get these like crazy containers I see now as well, that you can actually put things into the container and it doesn't burn, right? So it's like a burn-proof sort of like, you know, that you get like a bowl type of a shape or anything like that, but you can like pop your stuff in and then all the liquid doesn't just drop to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, quite a cool thing. So this is something new I'm seeing. Maybe we can get on the show in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to see more of that. But speaking of, we saw a lot of chicken. We saw a lot of chicken wings, and I see chicken wings in front of me.
All right, so we're going to do chicken wings.
Yes.
But I'm going to kind of, a lot of the time, the question I get asked about chicken and air fryers is how do I get a crust on the chicken? Because that's normally when you have to deep fry something. So we're going to be a little smart about it. We're going to build a crust on this chicken. And it starts off with the chicken wings. Okay, chicken wings, always go for the best quality chicken wings you can get. I always go for free range. That's going to do its thing.
And also, just remember, we are playing in a very dangerous space here. You don't mess with people's chicken wings.
You don't.
You've got to get the sauce right. You've got to get that hotness right, and you've got to get the crisp right as well.
Exactly.
This is sacred territory playing in here, Chef.
It is.
Let's do this.
Okay, so this is garlic, by the way, that's got a bit green. Sometimes it goes blue. Garlic oxidizes and changes green or blue. So that's garlic, and that's ginger going in.
Nice.
This is quite a punchy sauce, but then again, you want it to be quite robust.
Yeah,
so
I like that kick that you get from the oriental flavors and like sort of feelings, and especially when it comes to something like Korean, you kind of expect that a little bit of a punch and a kick, a little ichi acha acha, you know, like
wow,
not a booyah, just a ichi acha acha, you know, like
ichi acha aya.
You taste it in the flavor, man.
You got itchy from eating too much acha. Talk to your aya. What? Okay. Gochujang goes in, which is a Korean chili paste. That's going in. Another thing I added was a little bit of sweet chili sauce just to add a bit of sweetness. You could use honey if you want. I like the flavor of the sweet chili because you get like a little bit of that, it's not chili, but that essence of a sweet chili sauce taste in there. You're gonna give that a mix.
Flavor profile you want, man, yeah.
And it's all about the profile. It's all about balance. Asian food always is all about the sweet, the sour, the spicy, all the flavors you can taste to come together in your mouth.
All the flavors, all the moves, man.
There we go.
These guys got it.
Pineapple ginger chili juice shot.
Oh,
great for having in the morning, but you've got pineapple and ginger and chili inside the little bottle already.
Smart.
And then there's caffeine in there, but I don't think the caffeine actually hits you, but I mean, it looks out. So this is how we're going to dilute it.
This is smart, because I've seen a lot of these actually, and there's great options when it comes to this, so I like what you're doing with that one, man.
You can absolutely. I've started using these as dressings for sauces because the ingredients are in there already. So we got our sauce, we're going to take out half. Okay, no, I've kept some aside already. Cool.
Got some of that.
When you make the sauce, keep some aside.
Try some of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, itchy, acha, acha.
Itchy,
there we go. There we go. We on it. We got it. Nice.
Chicken
I like the kick. It's not too strong.
No, it's not.
About that the balance, and it is perfect. I'm not someone that likes things on the strength level up here, so this is brilliant indeed. Nice.
And if you do like it up there, a little bit of chili flakes in here would do the trick. Cayenne pepper as well. So what you need is these are going to marinate, and understandably, you don't have the time overnight to marinate. Give it like at least half an hour, it'll make a difference. If you do have time, forget about it. Put it in the fridge. The longer, the better.
Nice.
So cool. That's going to chill to the side.
Okay.
You got your wings. Now, instead of using flour and then deep frying, like you would normally do, I got rice flour. Not just because I want to be fancy. The crust that it gives it is absolutely amazing. So we got our marinated chicken wings.
Yeah.
Get that into a bowl. And you remember, we have kept some of that sauce aside.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do two because I'm going to do a flip and I don't want to miss.
Yeah, we need to pay attention to this crusting because this is a very important step right here.
Rice flour. So rice flour is really great because it always gives you that crispy crust of things.
Is it crispier than a normal flour base would be?
It does actually give you more of a crispy base.
Nice.
So I do like using rice flour a lot when I batter things and then frying it.
Okay.
So what you're going to do now is you've got it coated, and immediately, as you can see, it's kind of starting to absorb, the liquid is absorbing that rice.
Yes, I see
So I
that.
put this aside for a little bit, and then about 5 minutes, then I hit it with a little bit of that spray. Again,
Oh, we got the spray back again.
Needs a little bit. There we go.
Lovely.
Sunscreen. Then into the air fryer. So you'll go for about 15 minutes until you get that crust. It starts cooking through. Take your leftover sauce, and you're going to start basting it. The more layers you add onto it, and as you cook it, it reduces and caramelizes. It becomes sweet and sticky and delicious. So,
okay.
We didn't do that final glazing step now, but when you do that final glazing step, you'll see it'll be lacquered and sweet. It'll stick to your fingers and stick to your face. That's what you want.
And it's going to look like the perfect serve as well. I mean, how inviting is it to see some chicken wings? Obviously, seeing that crust, seeing the beauty of it, but then also just getting that final taste, like you've just done now, of that basting. It kind of makes it look primed and TV ready, to say the least. If
TV
something's
ready.
TV ready, then you know, everyone's going to tuck into that.
How we ended off is I've taken some Padron peppers.
Okay.
Padron. Funny thing about this, 1 in 5 of them are hot. So you'll be snacking,
What is it, like
snacking.
roulette?
It's like chili
Wait.
roulette. So
That's quite cool for a little start.
It's very cool.
Like Russian roulette, so you get
It's
the
very
one.
cool. So
Nice.
a
What
little
did
bit
you do
of
with that?
little bit of oil went on there, and these become like the extra snacks that you get with your chicken wings.
Nice.
And then again, it is like a risk. Are you going to get the hot one, or is it going to be another mild one that's perfectly sweet and slightly like charry?
Is it going to be itchy? Is it going to be acha? Is it going to be kapow? We don't know.
A little bit of lemon. And that's
Nice.
it. That's a starter, or you can absolutely, in Taste Magazine, you'll see I use chicken thighs, and that's how you make it like a proper substantial dinner. Play around with the cuts. Use chicken breast as well. It is so flavorsome, so delicious. You've got that crust that you normally get from deep frying, but it was made in the air fryer.
Wow, this is beautiful. The hour is here, the time of the air fryer. It has been served. Thank you so much, Chef Clem. This has been an absolutely successful culinary hotline. And of course, thank you, Mzansi, for being a part of this. You got any more questions? We'll see you on the next one. And keep it coming, because we are here to serve. Nice job, bro.
Ichi, acha, aya.
Oh, you guys have to save me some of that, please. But let's talk money matters. Because when you imagine a world where you have more money, what does that world look like to you? Time to find out in another round of Would You Rather. Well, Mr. Raldemorne, come on in here, because I've got a scenario I would love to share with you.
Bring it on,
Now,
I love it.
I want you to imagine a life where you are rich and, you know, you have financial freedom.
Okay, I like this. Yeah.
Would you rather, this is your scenario, have a life filled with assets and experiences, or a bank account filled with savings?
Okay, experiences or savings? This is a tricky question, because we all sometimes want the money so that we can have the experiences, right? But that's a tricky conundrum we get caught in. But hands down, with the opportunities that I've already had, I don't think any amount of money can really amount to some of the experiences I've had. So I'll take experiences any day, and bring it on. If you've got any more experiences for me, bring it on, Mzansi. I'd love to have more of that. What about you? This is quite a tricky one, actually. I'm going to be honest.
It is. So you went with A.
Yeah, I went with A, yeah.
I would probably go with A as well.
Okay.
It's all about having that balance. It's one thing to make sure you have financial freedom, you're looking after yourself, but you also have to live life a little bit. So that's kind of why I would also go for A.
I agree with you, because, I mean, we look at the world that we have around us. Imagine you spend all your life just doing B. What fun is there in that? What do you do with all that hard work? How do you celebrate it? I don't know. For me, experiences allow me to celebrate life.
And we don't know how long we're going to live for. So if you are going the B route, then you're not going to really enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, that is so true. Now, I think we put this question out to Mzansi as well, right?
We did. So let's head on over online to see what everyone was thinking. Alicia saying, I would rather have a bank account filled with savings. There
Nice.
we go.
I respect that. Our Viwe Togu says, I'd rather go for A for the next generations.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Mersha says, I would go for B this time. It's interesting. The ladies are gearing towards savings.
That's very right. Chantal Naidu says, I would choose A. All right, so shifting it up there. But
I think it's like 50-50 at the moment. Rose is saying, I would go with B. The money will help me buy assets, travel, get experiences, and live like a king all in one bag.
All in one bag. I absolutely love that one. More coming through here. We've got Megan saying, I would go for B. So many unexpected things that happen in life. Yeah, that's true. A is also a good choice. I need to enjoy life too. So she's kind of going with like a bit of A and B there, I see.
I love that. Ndumi saying, I will have a life filled with assets and experiences. Well, there we go. Listen, if the cash runs out, sell an asset. Got more cash. No, I'm joking.
You've got options.
Don't take money advice from me. Well, living your rich life, it is possible. It just takes dedication and discipline. Now, when we can't change how much money is coming in to our accounts, we can change what we do with the money that's already in there. Now, if you would like to if you would love that expert advice on how to make better money choices, then reach out to Nedbank's team and let them assist you with your financial journey. Reach them at nedbank.co.za.
Mabel, check this. With a MyGold's premium account, you get 12 free airport lounge visits.
12?
Yeah.
God, David, when are you busy planning your next getaway during office hours? Man.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are just in time as we are joined by emerging singer-songwriter Ia, and she is here to serenade us for this morning. But before we get to hear her beautiful voice, I love that you are actively involved with the songwriting, and you're about to perform your song Skin. Can you give us a little bit more context as to what went into you constructing this song?
Well, Skin is a song that I wrote especially for those black queens and kings, melanin dripping all the way. Yes, it's just to just zoom in the beauty of an African child. Doesn't matter which shade of black you are, but yeah, there's a lot of beauty in there, and I just wanted to boost their confidence, and yeah.
Incredible. Now, if people want to see you perform or get in touch with you, is that something you do? You've got various performances lined up, or is this more of you just do it when you're heading somewhere, like get invited to come to Expresso?
Yes, actually, now that I've got my music out, I am open to take any booking. I'm really keen to go and perform and just get into the vibe of interacting with people on stage with the music and just share this music that I have in my heart with the world.
Oh, and where can people get in touch with you so that they can make sure that they have your beautiful voice at their events?
On Instagram, I'm ear.music, and there on my bio, there'll be everything that you need, the contacts and my manager's phone number and everything.
Fantastic. Well, it's been incredible having Ear on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Here she is with her track. This one's called Skin.
Skin that covers my bones, sit 'em da da day day, feed 'em da da day. Skin of African queen. It really doesn't matter the shade of black you are, 'cause to me you are pure gold. Skin, 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 skin. Skin of African king, African king. It really doesn't matter the shade of black you are, 'cause to me you are pure gold. Scars and marks on your skin, they only tell me you survive. You've been stretched wide, burnt and scarred by the struggles of this earth. On your skin there's glitters, it shines royalty. It shows streams of diamonds when stretched, or black gold. Skin of African king. It really doesn't matter the shade of black you are, 'cause to me you are pure gold, pure gold. Skin, 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 skin. Skin of African king, African queen. It really doesn't matter the shade of black you are, 'cause to me you are pure gold. So are you hiding it? Step out, let the sun kiss you. Pray that cloud in your eyes away, so you may see beautiful again. Skin of African queen. It really doesn't matter the shade of black you are, 'cause to me you are pure gold, pure gold. Skin, 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 skin. Skin of African king, African king. It really doesn't matter the shade of black you are, 'cause to me you are pure gold, pure gold. Skin, African skin.
That was incredible.
Wow.
Ear on your Feel Good Breakfast show. What a beautiful voice. I mean, I know I'm being selfish here, but I always ask artists, like, you know, do you do private performances?
Yeah.
I've got a wedding to plan. I'm always looking for entertainment.
So good for that day. I can just picture that and definitely commemorating that occasion. But again, it has been an incredible show. Thank you to everybody that's been a part of this. To Brian Miles for that incredible performance. What he did was just mind-blowing. To Ashraf, Yusuf and Paul as well for the running that's coming up. Comrades Marathon, wishing you nothing but the best of luck. And of course, we get to do this all again in the morning.
We do. Well, I think we can ask Ia to play us out with a final song. Here she is with her track, It's You.
Got messed up and I know it's you, baby. Baby, it's you. Darling, it's you. Honey, it's you. You've only got you to face, baby. Baby, it's you.
Good production.